And we're back here once again with another episode of the MSK show, and this is going to be episode 118. So this is going to be our first episode of the MSK show on Saturday in 2025. You know, hope you guys had a great holiday season, whether it was from like Halloween all the way up until New Year's Eve. Actually, as for me, you know, went to Vegas, you know, had sex with a lot of women, gambled a lot of money. Didn't win any of the money, actually. I just kind of just lost everything. Did blow. Well, technically, I did crack out of a hooker's ass. And then at that point, I realized my life decisions were so bad, I probably should come back home. Now, if anyone believed any of that, I'm actually shocked.
I just thought you were talking about an average Tuesday night, but all right.
Well, and our featured guest tonight is Conda. TV gaming down there. You guys saw him before. He left me for his wife for 2 weeks. He said he couldn't be on, so he chose his wife over me, obviously. And Andrew, you guys saw him on a few of the one-on-one shows. He'll be coming on some of the Saturdays, actually. He said he would come on unless he could bang a girl. He said if he's banging a girl, he ain't coming on. And I was like, you know what? He's choosing me over a hooker. All right, so I'm always getting I'm always losing to women. He has his wife, and this man just like Charlie Sheen in 2.5 Men, just banging broads every night. Okay, I can't compete with that. And then, as you guys know, Merlin, he was here last week because he's our resident European Australian guy. So this man said he almost stepped on the world's deadliest snake when he woke up to go to work. I'm like, well, you couldn't pay me enough money to live in Australia ever. I'd actually throw me in Antarctica and just freeze me to death. I would never live there. I'm good. I'd rather the polar bears eat me.
He fights walls of spiders just to get coffee. It's brutal.
No.
Yeah.
It's like the movie 300, right as you wake up. All right, let's go to battle. And as you guys know, there's Cyfax. He's our resident DEI hire white guy who's secretly a liberal who voted for Joe Biden back in 2020.
Just twice, man. Just twice.
Accidentally.
I'm in California, which that would, if I were to just say that randomly to people, they'd be like, "Oh, you're a liberal." I'm like, I'm not one of those Californians, man. I'm just not.
Man, it's so crazy living here because San Francisco, San Diego, and Sacramento take up like all the conversation. So like there's places here that aren't even liberal at all. There's some places that are actually pretty conservative. You wouldn't know because the media only reports on the actual largest cities here.
Even when they did the map, like based on the counties and stuff, it's like 90% red, and then just the three big hubs are all blue. Like
that means none of our votes mattered at all. Like our county, San Bernardino County, notoriously blue. This is the first time they actually swung red. Didn't matter because LA, San Francisco, and Sacramento blew us out of the water. Blue. Like, goddamn. That's how you know your vote didn't matter. But it didn't matter to me. Because I wanted to smash Kamala Harris. I wanted to destroy that bitch, and I voted.
I got a cousin up in Yosemite, and when you go up there, there's just Trump signs everywhere. There's people with they'll spray paint giant just yard signs because it's all in the mountains and shit, and it's crazy everywhere. It's like everywhere you go, you only see that, and I'm like, who the hell is liberal out here? And then you go to places like Burbank, and I'm like, oh, here they are. I found them.
Oh God, man. Well, we'll start with intros, and then we'll do some of our guy talk. We'll start with our resident Australian man, who lives in Australia. He's originally from the UK.
England. I'm English. I'm English, not European. They're different things.
I'm pretty sure you're happy you left the UK, given their recent grape scandal that's been going around. Good Lord.
Oh, it's a terrible place at the moment.
Imagine this, everyone.
If you read if you watch the media, like I was there last year in August for about nearly a month. And you just don't see anything. Like I was down like the southwest side, and it's just peaceful. It's calm. It's kind of what you see on the movie sometimes. These quaint country villages where you don't see a black person. It's all white still, and country pubs, and it's peaceful and it's quiet and there's no trouble and it's just no dramas and that's still a lot of England.
You solved the question, or the answer to the problem there was also in your statement when you were like, "There's no black people." No.
Well, herein lies the problem. Yeah. They can't afford to get over there. There's no welfare and food stamps in the UK. The hell? They don't reward handouts to poor people.
They do.
They do? I didn't even know.
They do welfare. Yeah. They come over and that's the first thing they give them. They give them a house of welfare, which is a lot of the issue.
That's what they were doing out here, and now since Trump got elected, like they're like, yeah, we're ending that shit immediately. Like a bunch of what do they call them? Sanctuary cities are like, yeah, you're not getting this, and it's like, well, you're gonna see what is it? 20 million people all of a sudden flooding the streets.
I guarantee you. But I just want to let people know there was a recent guy who tried to shed some light on all these like grape scandals going on in the UK. And you know what the UK did because they're so trash? They threw him in jail. Not just in jail, solitary confinement. Yeah, they want no speaking out over there. So I feel bad for anyone over there right now. Just, play it safe until you can get new elected officials that can change those rules, because it's not worth, like, I would say this, it's not worth going to jail and losing, being with your family for many, many years. I know people want to believe what they're fighting is for a good cause, and I fully agree with you too, but it's not worth losing your family. It's not. Like, that time you're never going to get back. It's like, yeah, I could have broke this story, but I'm never going to see my kids in like 10 years. Is that a really good trade-off though? It's one of those things. But hey, what do I know? I'm just a rich, hot, sexy black man that sleeps with OnlyFans models,
These great grooming gangs that are a big problem that are mostly Pakistani.
Of course.
Like, the thing is, like, if that happened 20 years ago, you wouldn't hear about it in the news because they'd have already been taken care of by the dads. Like, I'm part of the biggest tribe in the world, which is the Man United fans. There's over 600 million of us. And you only have to get a bunch of us together, and that tribal side of us, the football side, to go, well, you're a United fan. I don't care what you support, who you vote for. You're a United fan. If you need our help, let's get together. We'd go and fucking deal with them, because I guarantee there would always be more of us than them.
Yeah, back in the day when you would, like, if you seen a guy like hurt a girl, the guys would be like, "Yo, let's go fuck with this guy." You don't have that today now because everyone's a pussy.
there used to be something called in England. I can't remember when they stopped doing this, but they were called rhino vans. And basically, it was a police van full of the biggest motherfucking policemen you could think of. And if people congregated together for a riot, the rhino vans would turn up, and these really big ass police would get out with baseball, with batons and everything, and just fucking disperse them through brute force. And then they stopped doing it and started allowing gangs of kids to run around and run amok. But there was a story about 5 years ago, there was 15 kids ranging from about 12 to about 18 that picked on two guys going home. But the thing is, these two guys were going home from their martial arts class. They laid all fucking 12 of them out, broke a few bones along the way. And then obviously they got took to court, and the judge went, well done. It was self-defense. So it's like, fucking good on you.
That's the way it should be.
Yeah, absolutely.
Air Conda, what's going on, man? How you been, dude? How was your holiday season?
It wasn't too bad. It was very busy, exhausting, and got sick over it. So that's great. And that wasn't too bad at all.
What happened to the dogs? Are they okay?
Yeah, they're fine. One of them was just out in the hall. I'm surprised she didn't walk in here. But yeah, the dogs are doing well. They're doing great.
Hey man, I saw on one of your channels, you had a stream or a video that hit like 180K views. That was actually pretty good.
Yeah, that was my last stream before the new year. Rumble featured me with 45 minutes left of my stream, so I had to go a little bit longer and obviously take advantage of the feature. But yeah, that's what got me up to 180 was that feature. So shout out to Rumble for that. Appreciate that.
Conda, what is your stream about?
I got 3 different ones. I got the one he's talking about is my gaming stream. I just play different games and chill and hang out with people. And then I got my hobby stream where I do my astrophotography, my model kit building, video editing, and and then the last one I got is my podcast stream, which has no schedule, rhyme or reason. Basically, I just call it "Let's Grab a Beer," and it's like the concept is like guys hanging out, having a drink, and shooting the shit about whatever's going on in the world right now, whether it's political or not. It's up to the conversation. Usually I have set topics before I start, and then I end and I record it while I'm discussing those conversations. Then I end it and open it up to whoever's in chat that wants to join, and tell them just grab your favorite beverage and let's talk about whatever they feel like talking about.
Dude, you need to contact me. I'd love to be on there. I have a live stream called Popcorn and Whiskey where I do the same thing by myself. Just drinking by myself. I also got to ask, what kind of microphone do you have? Because you sound fantastic on that microphone.
This is an Audio Technica.
Okay.
2020.
Wow, sounds great. All right.
Yeah. It's a lot of tweaking too, because I use Voice Meter Potato and
Okay.
do some tweaking with that, and then I put a couple filters on it. Well, I guess we're not in OBS, so there's no filters in OBS right now, but yeah, that's it's been a pretty good mic. I got it on eBay for less than $100.
Oh, wow.
I know they're like, I think over $100, almost $200 brand new.
Okay.
So I've been rocking it ever since.
All right,
Hell yeah.
Well, we'll get off the nerd talk, guys. Let's go on to guy talk now.
Nerd talk. What do you think you guys
Nerd talk is guy talk. What are you on about?
Yeah. Like, there's no women here to be like, come do the dishes. Nah, fuck you. Make me a sandwich. Bitch. Good Lord. All right, Society, our resident white black man who loves Catholics and Jews and Arabs, actually.
Love them all. That's why they won't speak to me. How you doing?
What's your holiday season, man? I ain't seen you in a bit. What's going on, dude?
I've been gone for the last couple of weeks. Been busy.
Yeah, you left me like my dad. Yeah.
Yeah, I might leave you again. Keep it up. Earlier today we did the best movies of 2024 earlier today. So it was me, Rob Motto, Christian Toto, Sarah Hargett, Bolts of Paradise, Awards of Paradise, Iron, and I think that was everyone who was on the show with us today. We just did the best movies of 2024. So yeah, go check out all of our list of good movies to watch that came out last year. Then next week we get to do all the crappy ones.
Okay, so Joker.
Was there any good ones in 2024?
There were a few. You had to find them. Some of them might not even have been in the United States of America. But they were there.
Yeah, I threw up a list of 10 today. I made a video on it last night or whatever, and like most of them are all indie movies. There's barely any good mainstream ones.
Hold on. Wait a minute. Joker 2 should be on everyone's list at number 1. Come on. Don't you guys?
It's on my top 10 list of the worst movies. Yes.
That was a musical, wasn't it?
It is a musical.
Yeah, technically.
A Lady Gaga musical, so it's shit, basically.
Oh,
It was
gosh.
terrible. Yeah.
Good
Unless
Lord.
you love Lady Gaga, and then it was perfect.
It was a cinematic masterpiece. I loved. Nah, that movie was a steaming pile of shit. What the fuck am I saying? Good
Did
Lord.
she get naked?
You would think no. I actually, yeah, you would hope she would, but no, it didn't happen. You know, there was a sex scene and he had 3 strokes in her. He literally stroked 3 times. I was like, I could fuck women better than that. You could have paid me $1,000 to do it better than that. I could last at least 50 seconds. Come on.
That's why it's called the Joker.
Oh.
What do you think?
I wouldn't even call that like 5 seconds. That was like a pump and a half, and he was done. It was like he didn't even like make sure.
It's not even sex though. It was the same thing that happened in Eternals. Remember when like that guy Cersei was on top of that girl Jim Chan's character? He stroked her like once, and she was like, "Oh, I was like, no one has sex like this. This is not real. No one does that."
Joaquin Phoenix's Joker got it lasted longer when the guard raped him in that scene. That shit lasted longer.
Allegedly in Minecraft.
Allegedly, but probably.
Oh, God, with the baton. Good Lord. All right, Andrew, what's up, man? How you doing? How was your holiday season?
Good. I went to visit my mother down in Florida. Had a fun time down there. We had a good time. And she likes it when she has company because she has a to-do list, a honey-do list for me. That was like a mile long at her house down there. So I was busy doing that. I had a good time. And then I come back here to the cold in Indiana and I'm getting ready for the big old snowstorm starting tomorrow. We're getting anywhere from a snow flurry to 12 inches of snow. So you take your pick what it's going to be.
Is it one of those snowstorms where it like knocks out your power or anything like that?
That's usually an ice storm. That's going to be farther south to me. We're not expected to get too much ice at all here. Just a whole bunch of snow.
Okay, so you're gonna be luckily. Hopefully, don't have no one working at that time because I've seen some people working in snow and I'm like, how do you do it? It's hell. It's literal hell.
Well, my brother-in-law has a new side-by-side with it all enclosed with the heater and everything else. And 2 years ago, he bought a snow plow for it. Hasn't been able to use it yet. He's all excited now. He gets it all hooked up, ready to go. He's going to be plowing everybody's driveway out. So I said, make sure you get your brother-in-law, me, come get my driveway. So he's all excited. So
dude, the weather's never that bad. Like if the Waffle House is still open, it's still safe out. Like
the Waffle House is always open. And don't be knocking Waffle House. It's a great place. Waffle House is awesome.
I'm not. I'm just saying if it's closed, the weather's bad.
I also, real quick, I forgot to mention, we obviously this week was New Year's Day, so we did a New Year's Eve stream, and we did the bar room where I was like, normally it's a little 2-hour stream. We talk about the stuff of the day, then we go home. It's like, let's stretch this whole thing out and celebrate New Year's with all the group and everything. And we ended up streaming for 5.5 hours.
Wow.
Hold on. First time.
Yeah. Well, now look, not everyone can stream for countless hours on end. And
one time back in the day, the night
almost have jobs.
We had an episode that went 10 hours. My left the longest remember at 10 hours exactly. We started at 8 a.m., 8 p.m., and it lasted to like 10 a.m. in the morning. This is ridiculous. I'm never doing that ever again. I died.
I think my longest stream, it might still be on Rumble, was one that we did for the UFC fights. That one might have been about 6 hours. So that's probably the longest one that I've ever did. But yeah, this is by far the second longest one that we've done, and easily the longest. No, actually, that one I just looked at it. It was 6 hours and 53 minutes. So that was the longest one I did. And I started from the prelims all the way to the main event. So yeah, I won't be doing that one again. That's for certain. But this is my second longest stream ever. I mean, it was fun though. I mean, I'm not gonna lie. Like, we did our normal format, and then here's what we did. Once we did our normal format, which is about like 2.5 hours of the show, we just like, you know what, you want to just go watch old New Year's Eve specials, because who wants to watch like Ryan Seacrest in like 2025? Like, no one wants to see that. So we just started streaming like MTV's New Year's from like 1998, and just started like talking about like Jennifer Love Hewitt and Carson Daly and whatnot. And then on the flip side, we watched the 2000 ball drop from 25 years ago versus the ball drop that happened that night. It's shockingly how much more excited everyone is, and you can argue how much more happier everyone was in 2000 versus where they were in 2025. It was abysmal watching this year's show. But then again, it's like, what's to be hyped about? Dick Clark is dead. MTV is dead. I mean, who wants to go to New Year's Eve where there's some people on fire and throwing you in front of a subway car? Who wants to go do that now?
P. Diddy.
When this one dropped, the only clip I've seen from it is like as soon as it hits midnight, it just cuts to two guys kissing. I was like, what the hell is happening?
Yeah, that's the holiday. Nothing starts the year off anything better than two guys making hot love right there.
Did you guys see the clips from, what's her name, Nikki Glaser on CNN, just cutting them down, just making fun of
Joe
CNN?
Biden joke. Oh my God, that
was
actually
great.
Was that? I thought it was Whitney Cummings.
Whitney Cummings?
Whitney Cummings. You're right.
One of them had the Joe Biden joke, and I was like, all right, okay, great. Every once in a while, I'll give you that one. That was actually pretty good.
He was like, oh, I'm filling theaters with 3,000 people, which is more than CNN gets viewers. And I was
it was awesome.
All right. Sci-Fax,
we get more viewers. This gets more viewers than CNN, I bet.
Sci-Fax, how you doing, man? How was your week?
Good, man. Just been chilling, jumping on streams with like DA and Hold My DualShock, and just trying to work out my video schedule. Like, usually I've just been doing movie reviews, and for the last like couple weeks, there's been no movies worth going to see. So I'm like kind of shit out of luck on that. I'm like, all right, I watch a lot of anime. Maybe I'll start doing some anime reviews. So I'm working on some of those. So
whenever you want,
at least it's something to do.
I'll do it with you. I love anime. I'll watch any of it. I don't care. I've been watching anime since I was back in the day they called us losers and incels, but now apparently it's a women's club and they want to change it all now. And good Lord, women ruin everything. I'm sticking by that. Anything that's guy related made for us is fun until like women go, I want to put my feelings in it. Oh, fucking hell. Just get the gun. Just get this in that shit.
I don't mind the cosplay stuff, man. When you're at these conventions, some of them can pull it off, but there's a lot that not at all. You're just like, you should not be wearing this skin tight Sailor Moon outfit, and I'm pretty sure you're a dude. Like,
no, like, man, because I know girls are like, well, I like this too. There's a reason why guys don't see a lot of girls in nerd hobbies, because it's just not something that appeals to a lot of girls. Like, for every, I would say it's 95 5 in favor of dudes to women. That's why you don't see many of them. A lot of the girls that are there because they're dating the dude. They don't even probably like the hobby. They're just there to support him. That's in my experience.
Yeah, you know, now a lot of them do, Instagram and all that stuff, get dressed up and all this stuff. Some of them kind of like the stuff they're watching, but it gives them a reason to play dress up for the most part. That's about it.
Or their partner wants them to dress up like that, and they're doing it. That's the only right. So I'm doing that. This is all I'm doing this year. I'm not doing it anymore. Just once a year. That's the treat. And it's probably his birthday or something like that.
Yeah, that's why it's really questionable when they're dressed as Ash Ketchum. It's like, what's your dude into, man? This is weird.
Some weird crossover.
Oh God, man. Hey, I love shitting on women. It's fun for me.
Hey, you guys start talking about this cosplay stuff. Us older guys, we have no clue what you're talking about.
It'd be like the I don't know, but like the PG version of like foreplay or some shit like that.
It's
like
Halloween
role-playing.
all the time for them, basically. Just,
Good Lord,
just
man.
think of it like that. It's just Halloween all the time for them.
Okay.
Party all the time, party all the time, party all the time.
Cosplay nowadays with sexy nurse outfit and sexy cop outfit, and that was about it. Behind closed
Just
doors.
pick a random profession and just put
Yeah,
sexy
yeah.
in front of it.
Sexy
and
in front of it, yeah, and just make the skirt shorter.
It's like, I don't know,
God,
I'm into
man.
the sexy tree for some reason, but she's looking good. Like,
I still remember, what was the story last year where a girl apparently married a tree in New York, and I'm like, the other one. A girl threw herself her own wedding. She didn't have a partner. It was just that was her birthday gift. She threw herself her own wedding.
There's the dude who married an ashtray or something. It was wild.
Those guys are, that's nothing new. We had Dennis Rodman back in my day married himself.
Back in your day. Oh my goodness, man.
Dennis Rodman. Who remembers that when Dennis Rodman got dressed up as a bride and did something to himself or something?
I
just
never
remember him
even heard
wearing
of
a
that.
dress. I remember him wearing a dress back then, and like I don't know, but I don't remember what it was for. But yeah, I definitely remember Rodman in a dress. I wish I didn't, but I do.
Well, I want to show you something real quick before we get started with the show. I have it up here. I play this on my show. There's no copyright claims, so don't freak out. It's not going to get popped.
Even you think I'm a black man?
Even MTV doesn't want to claim this. That it was so embarrassing for them. But I just want to give you guys a quick glimpse of what life was like pre 9/11. Some of you guys may not remember this because it seems so far away. I'm going to play just a quick minute of this, and everything here is going to unlock some memories, and it's going to bring back some repressed memories. This is what America was when everyone was happy and all binary, if that makes sense. Remember when we were binary? Remember when there was only male and female? And then it was weird.
Bring binary back.
But like I said, this is going to I have to play this for a second. So that, by the way, just in case you didn't realize, this is Carson Daly and his then girlfriend Jennifer Love Hewitt, who was 19 at the time. We found out midstream that she was 19 years old when this whole thing.
Look at her hair there.
Thank you for joining us.
Yeah.
Now the man who's holding up the party on the 1 and the 2, all the way from Detroit, my man, Kid Rock. Kid, Happy New Year, man.
Love me some Kid Rock.
What's up? Limp Bizkit, Kid Rock in the house right here, man. Oh yeah. We're doing it. Definitely.
So here's a quick little window here of Limp Bizkit with Fred Durst in his backwards cap, Kid Rock in his. There was a lot of white guys wearing top hats back in the late 90s. I'm not sure if any of you guys were directly involved in this.
I was not, no.
But there was a lot going on here.
No, never me either.
And then, of course, you have DJ Lethal here, who is part of House of Pain as well. So this is like the Wigger trifecta here, like the four horsemen of the apocalypse going on here. But this is before people would whine about cultural appropriation, because all three of these guys have been canceled now.
You're gonna be spinning tonight. Everything under the sun, baby. Butthole Surfers, Beastie Boys, Kid Rock, Biscuit, whatever I got, Queen, whatever they let me play. Come on, let's do it. Yes, we're gonna do it. Fred and DJ Lethal.
It's like you just see like the sea of nerds behind them in New York City. Packed with people actually wanted to go to New York City. I mean, we crap on Rudy Giuliani a lot, and there's a lot of reason to crap on him, but he did make New York City a seemingly safe destination to go for just a short period of time there before, Bloomberg took over and ruined everything again. And you look at all the people in the crowd, they all look normal. They all look like that they're not like cripply depressed. It was just like, what happened to this America? The next thing you know is like, oh yeah, a couple planes hitting two towers and we never recovered. So yeah, that's America in a nutshell. So 9/19. Yeah,
unless you believe in Project Blue Beam.
Back then, people weren't pussyfooting around, and you have to worry about everybody else's pronouns and offending somebody. Like, you know what? They say, I'm a guy, you're a girl, you're white, I'm black, whatever, and
I'm
just
white.
Move on and get on with your
life. I said, it was post OJ and pre 9/11. Everyone was kind of chill for a while. I mean, there was no big conflicts. Everyone got along well.
Exactly.
Everyone can go to the same bar. There was no conflicts. It was like, let's go back to that. That's all I'm saying.
Yep.
Well, hold on. You're saying bars weren't segregated in 1998?
No, believe it or not, there was no color-only water fountain in 1998. It was weird.
You would think it is the way they talk about stuff like that now.
Prohibition.
What was it like? Like 2018, there was like schools that were trying to bring back segregation, or they'd make groups. They're like, "This is blacks only." It's like, what is happening out here? It's like, did you guys? You're like, you're in school, didn't you learn about this?
There's got to be a group of like Freemasons or Jesuits sitting in a room thinking to themselves, "I wonder if we can bring back segregation, but make them think it's a good thing this time."
I'm not gonna lie. When whites did their thing only, the country was better. That's just my opinion. You know, keep the blacks out of it.
There's not enough real racism out there, so they have to manufacture it because
exactly.
Everyone's like, we got to bring this in.
Like, no, I don't think we do. Yeah,
U.S. has always been racist. It's still racist, and will forever.
You know what's crazy? Crazy liberal women will be like, "Man, when was our country not racist?" Oh, good lord! When I checked notes, we elected a black president twice, not once. Because you could say once is luck. He got elected twice. And he was a terrible president. Remember how he basically got someone killed on American soil and they gave him a Nobel Peace Prize?
For ideas. He had good ideas.
He had good ideas. He was God,
not many of them.
God, man.
It's just the way that he spoke. Like he spoke, like, he could command a crowd pretty well. And it's
I'll
give him that. He knows how to speak publicly.
He was a master at speaking with the teleprompter. Bill Clinton was a master at getting your crowd into him. Donald Trump is a master of combining the two. So Biden, horrible speaker. Bush, horrible speaker. But
Kamala Harris is a great speaker. What are you talking about?
Yeah, Kamala Harris, right.
She's the greatest
President Clinton at his prime, phenomenal speaker. Didn't believe a word he was saying, but he was a great speaker.
Dude,
you can just imagine Kamala's teleprompter actually would probably type in like, "Oh, cackle here." And
just permanently cackle.
I've never
She'd make a better joker than Jay Leno, actually.
Has this ever happened? Because they actually broke down the stats of how badly she lost. She literally lost every swing state. Has that ever happened in a presidential election? Like the opposing candidate just lost every swing state? Has that ever happened?
Reagan, there was a president back in the day that won like 48 or 49.
Reagan won 49 states. Yeah, Reagan won 49 states. Yep.
Okay.
I think the only state he didn't win was Minnesota. That's like the biggest electoral beatdown in history.
That's where Tim Walz is from. I would have thought.
Oh, oof.
Well, we should have known then. We should have sold Minnesota to Canada.
I'm not gonna lie.
The 80s was just an epic.
I'm not gonna lie, man.
Some good leaders, you know. You had Gorbachev and Reagan and Thatcher. I mean, freaking hell.
Minnesota, Nebraska, fucking Kansas. Those are states no one talks. Who wants to live in Nebraska? Who talks about living in Nebraska? Andrew? Oh my God.
I've been there. It's fantastic, beautiful state. Absolutely great.
You like a
cold as shit. You wouldn't like it, but it's great. Peaceful, nice, out in the middle of nowhere.
I'm wondering what kind of people is it missing in Nebraska, Andrew?
Yeah, that's mostly cows there. It's mostly like chickens. It's farms constantly. Good Lord.
Oh, hey, get this. You guys probably never knew this. When I was a substitute teacher at the school I was in, their drama class went to the national finals, which I didn't even know there was such a thing. You would think the drama national finals would be in New York or LA or something like that. National finals for drama was in Omaha, Nebraska.
Why?
I don't know why.
Is it known for that?
So was the College World Series. It's in Omaha, Nebraska. So there you go.
So what's worse, Omaha or Lincoln? Like, which one is the iffy one?
The iffy. What do you mean the iffy one? What does that mean? The iffy one
in Nebraska? I said Omaha or Lincoln. Like,
what's the one that Trump wants to throw that massive party at for the 200-year anniversary or whatever that, or 250-year anniversary? It's like Iowa or Nebraska. It's some random state. I
don't know.
That kind of nobody goes to. Yeah, it's like a giant state fair that he wants to do for the 250th year of the USA, but it's in some random state, like a very kind of like it's not a tourist state at all. So it's going to get bombarded by like millions of people.
The local capital's not going to cope.
Yeah, it's like, dude, we only have like a Motel 6 here with 8 rooms. We know what's going to happen.
Oh, I want to let people know this because earlier last year I did go to the F&T Geeks and Gamers meetup, and one of the friends that I have there that went, he does the whole Legion of Memers thing. We actually were at that Trump hotel. You guys don't know that Trump hotel recently had a Cybertruck exploded. I know exactly where that place is. That's a great hotel. I mean, that place is just amazing, honestly. And it's crazy. There is black, most of the employees there are black.
Was it expensive?
I couldn't have stayed there. Let's just put it out there.
You said you were there.
Yeah. So basically,
he was sleeping in a tent outside of it. Yes.
No.
He was dropping someone off. He was the Uber driver.
So one of the friends that I have who went the same event that we did, he was renting a room there. He was staying there for the weekend, and he invited us over to just chill with him for a little bit. It's a great hotel. I mean, I like that exact place where it blew up is where we were sitting at. There's this bench, you could just sit right there. And it's so crazy how the media says Trump is racist. In that hotel, most of the employees are black. Nearly all of them are black. The guy that, you have to put the car into a parking lot in the hotel and they give it to you later on, that guy was black. It's so crazy how people say he's
racist. Tell me that Cybertruck attack was only like a year off. I mean, we almost got so lucky.
Hey, man, I could have got hurt. I'm saying Trump Hotel is amazing. If I was rich enough, I'd bring girls over there, like if I was wealthy enough, but holy crap. And I asked Irons, like, is there a Biden hotel? Iron Oxley, you guys probably know him. He was like, no, that's probably the Motel 6 down the street. So I was like, okay, so there's no Biden hotels. But no, being at that place was great.
There might be a Hunter Biden motel, which is
no, there's not. Yes. That's the crack corner on the street.
You gotta be a crack house down the street. That's what it'll be.
It's just a spray painted porta potty, but
don't you guys love Hillary Clinton? I'm pretty sure you guys are all Hillary Clinton fans, actually.
Oh yeah, words can't describe how much I like her. Yeah.
Apparently, she won the Presidential Medal of Freedom today.
So did George Soros. Both of them.
And Bill Nye.
And Bill Nye, the fake scientist, like, Fauci.
Look at Magic Johnson sitting there, you fucking AIDS-ridden monkey.
That's all right. God. Trump will put her in prison in about 3 days' time, so we're good.
Good gosh.
What did she win the medal for? Existing?
I don't know what she did. What did she do?
She let
this feels like they're just openly mocking us now, right? It feels like
yeah, that's what it is. They're just getting that ridiculous now. It's like
well,
Biden didn't know who he was giving the medal to. He was just told to hold this up and put it around somebody's neck. He didn't know what it is or who it was.
Didn't Kamala
if you believe the conspiracies,
that's
of... not Hillary Clinton anyway, and that's not Biden. So you're just watching some weird TV show.
Didn't Kamala just do a thing where she forgot the national anthem or the Pledge of Allegiance? The Pledge of Allegiance. She doesn't know the words to it.
Oh my God! No.
Seriously? Wow, I haven't heard that one.
Pledge allegiance to
the flag.
Flag.
Yeah.
I mean, she was probably drunk again. She almost always is.
5-year-old kids that know the Pledge of Allegiance than a grown woman. That's crazy. That's insane. Kevin Davis says
he was almost our president.
White folks can have black friends and still be racist. You know what's crazy? I don't know of a single white man like Trump who actually sued a country place because they wouldn't have black people on there. He actually sued a place so they wouldn't allow black people to be on their property. Just saying. I don't know any racist person that's doing that.
He does a bunch of stuff for the black community. Racist. Even his last time around, it's like he did a bunch of stuff for that college. I can't remember.
Oh yeah. I just want to talk about
But yeah, he does stuff like that, and there's all these famous, whether they're congressmen or actors or whatever, that just have nothing but good things to say about him. But the media just keeps running with it. They're like, he's the next Hitler. It's like,
what the hell are we watching?
Yeah, that's just wrong.
Thank you. Oh, what the hell was that?
Speaking of Hitler, I had to bring this up here because I found this to be absolutely hysterical.
Don't you love a good old P. Diddy fucking Jay-Z and having Jay-Z give birth to their baby? You know, that's not like that.
Butt babies.
We don't want to see active imagery of your spank bank, dude. We just don't.
Yeah, please don't. Here's a headline for you. A real headline, by the way. Adolf Hitler has been signed as the new contract with AS Monaco till 2027. And of course, everyone read this the first time. It was like, wait, Adolf who?
Unfortunate for him.
Like literally all the comments is like, hey, yo.
Who would seriously name their kid Adolf Hitler?
Hates their kid.
It's got the 2 dots over the U, so that's should be pronounced as double O.
Oh man.
Adolf Hitler.
Oh God.
Still alive.
The first thing he's doing is conquering France.
Oh gosh, man.
Dude, the internet is always undefeated, man. It's just
Oh, it's brilliant.
Every single time.
Oh
Oh,
God.
yeah. It just the memes. It's just like double take, like who?
Hey, that was the star of the Olympics this summer. Snoop Dogg.
There's Pepe Hitler. Oh man, yeah. There was a whole bunch of wilding out. It's just saying, oh what?
it's like they need to do an interview with that guy's parents and be like, "The hell were you thinking?"
Exactly.
We did
It's
not
like, you do realize you're old enough to change your name, right? Like, you don't have to keep that.
That's it, yeah.
Dude, under that Hillary post that we just looked at, everyone just posted pictures of Satan with her face on it. Oh no. Oh God.
It's borderline Satan, that's for sure.
I posted earlier.
All right, so you guys talked about the whole JD Vance laughing at Kamala Harris swearing in new U.S. senators. Oh goodness, I hadn't watched this.
Oh, I have
This has
never
to be
seen
some
that.
I
comedy.
haven't even heard about
Yeah,
this.
see,
No.
this
This
one's
has to
funny
be some
too.
comedy
Yeah.
gold. Oh good Lord.
JD
Look at
Vance is a
others.
great man.
Do you solemnly swear that you will support and defend the Constitution of the United States against all enemies, foreign and domestic, that you will bear true faith and allegiance to the same, that you take this obligation freely, without any mental reservation or purpose of evasion, and that you will well and faithfully discharge the duties of the office upon which you are about to enter, so help you God?
I do.
And every single last one of them just lied.
It's so
Under
crazy.
Let's do it. That's part of the job description.
Hey, you know, we always make fun of Kamala, but you know what? In actuality, the bitch is kind of smart. She vice president, ran for president. Now she's going to get out of politics, have Secret Service for the rest of her life, plus an income. She's smarter than I am, at least that aspect. I wish I could have that kind of cash for the rest of my life and have Secret Service follow me around. What the hell?
She was planted there. She didn't get there herself.
Well, yeah, of course. I would have said, yeah, I'm going to lose big time, but I'll take it. Sure. I'll take it for 3 months. The rest of my life, I'm good to go. Yeah.
So many people in like Congress and the Senate and all that stuff need to be looked into, man. These people, they make good salaries, 200,000 or so. But then, they're there for a couple of years and all of a sudden their net worth goes up like 20 million. It's like, and all of you, though, just all of you, that happens. Like, there's some fuckery there.
I wanted to point out, because, a lot of people have very short-term memories nowadays because news just travels so fast and it happens so fast. You guys remember back in 2016 that Hillary Clinton wasn't even really winning. It was Bernie Sanders, and they kind of pushed her in front of him. It's crazy how the party that talks about democracy for the last 3 candidates in a row swapped out the more popular person for the more unpopular person. Happened with Joe Biden, too. I forgot the other person that was more ahead in Joe Biden back in 2020. Person swapped out for Joe Biden. Happened with Kamala Harris. Joe Biden's brain was falling apart, so they put in her. I just found
was he really more popular than her?
Yeah.
Okay.
She was the least unpopular vice president.
That's true. Yeah, unpopular. She was by far more unpopular than him. Yeah. Okay. All right. You're right.
So I mean that's their argument now about Trump didn't win the popular vote because if they include the independent vote, Trump did not get 50%, so it doesn't count. It's like you guys are coping so hard right now.
What?
Like how much? That was a fucking meltdown.
Yeah, the meltdowns are so funny. It's like they can't comprehend that with all their power and their influence from like musicians and actors and all that stuff that they weren't actually getting anyone because. I don't know what their brains are thinking because they don't think at all. Pushing abortion, apparently on a country that's full of religious people, is not gonna fly. I'm sorry, it's just not. It's not gonna happen. Also,
no, I just want to have sex with as many people as I can and take no responsibility for the baby I create.
That's right.
The way they look, they're not having sex with anybody. Anyway,
that's true.
Yeah, and their sex embargo is really hurting me right now.
Whoopi Goldberg says she's swearing off sex. She's going on a sex break.
I thought
she was supposed to be leaving the fucking country if Trump got in.
Ellen DeGeneres did. Ellen DeGeneres left. She was like, "I'm leaving."
Yeah, but doesn't she have tied to Diddy? Did she leave because she didn't want Trump to win, or did she leave because she's in trouble?
She had Diddy on her show.
There's a lot of pedophiles fucking leaving the country right now.
It'll be really telling to see how
that
many
was
people
my
leave
thing,
before
too.
the 20th. You know, before the 20th happens, when you get sworn in and seeing how many people leave, it's gonna be like,
Yeah.
oh man,
Yeah.
there's dirt on all you guys for sure.
They're probably banking
Has anyone
on
actually
them not
seen the Frazzledrick
certifying the
video?
election.
The which
Go
one?
ahead.
No,
Has
guys,
anyone actually seen the Frazzledrick video?
what you have to understand is that that's a conspiracy theory. It doesn't exist.
I've actually seen it. So
Oh,
it's
God,
not
man.
The what video? Which one are we talking about?
Frazzledrick, which is Hillary Clinton cutting a girl's face off.
Oh, Lord. What is wrong with you guys? Why do you just
Hillary was nasty. She was a nasty
not
person.
good. It's not. Oh, yeah, she's evil. But interesting. Have you seen? It's possibly still on YouTube. Have you seen the one where Hillary Clinton faints? Now, I'm next door. I'm next door security, so I know it when I can tell the difference between someone fainting and when you've got hold of someone and pushing them out. You know, you're basically putting their arm in a gooseneck. Yeah, and she was resisting going in that car.
Mm-hmm.
By
the way,
fainted that too.
I just want you guys to know before I read this headline here that there's some people out there, some wackos who think that the elites of the world, like politicians, celebrities, global elite secret societies, that they torture and murder kids and then consume their blood to keep themselves young. That's a conspiracy theory. We would never endorse anything like that here on the show.
Yeah.
New York Post, I'm receiving blood transfusions to fight aging.
Yeah, no one on this panel is trying to offend Morlock at all. You know,
No.
we don't do that.
We would never say anything about Bale here on this show. Who would do such a thing? But I'm receiving a blood transfusion to fight aging using my son's blood. New York Post. So once again, I just want you guys to know that anyone out there who says that, you know, using the blood of children and consuming that in order to stay young, that's a conspiracy theory. But this is real. This is real.
It's just not real. It's you guys are making it all up. Are you crazy?
You weirdo QAnon people and your conspiracies. You know,
even QAnon doesn't technically exist because you got a non.
I always like the meme where it's like put another $1 every time Alex Jones was right about something. You know, all the
exactly
shit.
It's like my favorite joke of the COVID times is what's the difference between a conspiracy theorist and the truth? About 6 to 12 months.
Yeah.
I wanted to add this to society's thing right here because, you know, something with white women always kind of, you know, I love sleeping with white women. I have sex with a lot of women, as you guys know, actually. And I would never lie to you.
Geez, are you about to say something degenerate about a woman who's consuming blood in order to stay young? Is that what you're about to do right now?
Not necessarily. So I just want to put it out. Lord, white women are almost twice as likely as Asian, Black, and Hispanic women to seek mental health care services. Yeah, if you actually look more into this, white women have a very serious problem with mental health. It's not even a joke. They're very not sane in the head.
Well, I went out with all of them.
They don't like aging. They don't like aging. They don't like looking old, and it's something.
Well, if you also look into the race demographics of witchcraft, you also start to see a trend there that may parallel up with that other trend that you see there. So who knows?
I dated a chick who is an actual witch. Went to little meetings and shit every 2 weeks, but she was Latina, so I don't know.
But with the Wiccans, the people that actually practice Wicca, which is an actual official religion.
Yeah,
it's not an evil thing. It's all about, it really tunes into manifesting and rituals, because back in, you know, we still follow a lot of religion, like what was classed as witchcraft festivals. Easter was based on the German goddess Eostra, who was the goddess of fertility, that witches and warlocks would do rituals for to help with their fertility. I mean, I'm very spiritual, and I do a lot of that's not witchcraft. I mean, I use a different word, but I do a lot of manifesting techniques and ceremonies and stuff like that. I have a daily routine where I do a lot of writing for manifesting and things like that. It's just how you word it. Witchcraft was just one of the things where people would say a certain thing and attract something, and people don't understand it.
Witchcraft is obviously the hard word to describe divination and stuff like that. But at the same time, it's like when you say that, well, I'm not doing witchcraft, I'm just manifesting things. It's not exactly helping the case that you're not doing witchcraft, because it sounds.
I'm doing because I'm a man, so I can't do witchcraft. I'm doing wizard craft, like, you know,
warlock craft.
Technically, a warlock. I'm a warlock. Yeah.
By the way, here's
I'm
this.
doing spells. But spells is just about speaking.
If it's
stuff into
Warlockcraft,
existence.
would it be called Warcraft? No.
Do you have any spells?
Yeah,
to
might
turn
be,
me-
yeah.
Do you have any spells to turn me white?
Oh, jeez.
I think that's the Michael Jackson spell.
Oh no!
Here's a guy shooting himself on a podcast. This is going viral.
Can we not watch
The
this?
choices we got in life, those were your choices. Who shot who?
Who shot who?
Somebody got shot.
Who shot first, man?
Yeah, the guy sitting right next to you shot himself in front of you, and somehow you didn't realize that.
Well,
Who shot
Cheddar
who?
Bob. You got Cheddar Bob in real life from 8 Mile. Black.
This guy, Plaxico Burst himself. For you guys who are old enough to remember that reference.
Oh, I hate videos.
I love it. As soon as it goes off, who shot who?
Yep.
The guy
Where-
seemed like
where-
he
where
was
did that
bummed.
come
I would have been crying like a baby if I'd have shot myself like that. Absolutely, I would have been.
I mean, the guy was pretty small. It might have been like a pop gun, you know. Like
Of course, it was a black guy.
it would look
Shot
like a
himself.
45 on him, but it's not.
Oh Lord, man. Well,
Is that
we
a
had
45 down your pants, or you just pleased to see me?
a white lady use her son's blood to stop aging. A Cybertruck blowing up in front of the Trump Hotel in Vegas. What else do we have?
That was the New Orleans massacre too.
There was a New Orleans massacre that the FBI said wasn't a terrorist attack, even though there was a ISIS flag there. God, our FBI's retarded. Our
Dude, that
FBI
lady
is
needs to
literally
be
retarded.
fired.
What did I
That-
hear?
that
And you
lady
guys
is
correct me if I'm
ridiculous.
wrong with this one. Didn't the New Orleans guy, the Vegas guy, and the guy who shot Trump, weren't they all in the same army base at the same time? Or the guy
Yeah,
they
Fort
found
Bragg.
in the bushes running to shoot Trump, weren't they all army based at the same time?
Well, the
So
two
the-
explosions
the
were
two-
rented
Fort
from
Bragg.
the same company. Like the
The
that
two
one has
army
been
guys,
confirmed.
the New Orleans guy and the Cybertruck guy, they were both at Fort Bragg. There's both army stationed. However, Fort Bragg is a massive base with like thousands and thousands of people there. So that's like, from what I haven't served in the army, but from what I hear from my army buddies, basically, if you're in the army, you probably were at Fort Bragg at one point. It's one of those like, if you're in the army,
Training
you
base.
probably were there. So
Okay.
that's, but the like Cyfax was saying, the more interesting thing is the rental trucks came from the same place. And then the Ryan Routh, the guy that tried to shoot Trump at the golf course, he wasn't military at all, but apparently he did visit Fort Bragg, but nobody knows why. So
So where is Fort Bragg? Is that's the one in Kentucky? No, where is it, Fort Bragg?
no, is it Georgia?
Okay.
I saw
Let's see.
some guy theorizing that he reckons MK Ultra is still active, and that's what
North
these guys
Carolina.
are. They're active MK Ultra agents.
It
Almost
was in
like
North
how the
Carolina.
Winter Soldier gets activated through those certain words,
Gosh.
Yeah.
and they're getting that. No, hey, look, MK Ultra's a thing.
Hey, don't
It
hey,
is.
look,
Maybe
when
it
you
is.
see these things in television shows and in movies and stuff like that, and it's portrayed to like a massive audience, just remember it's all entertainment. This stuff doesn't actually
Yeah.
happen in real life
Yeah.
or
Yeah.
anything like that. So let's not
It's
get
not
crazy
inspired
here.
by real stories at all.
No.
That's all. Yeah.
Come on, do you think that somewhere in the world, like let's say Russia, that they got a bunch of people kidnapped and trapped into a deep place where they have essentially green alien people in their place, pretending to be them around the world? That was the entire plot of Secret War, a Secret Invasion. Just in case you guys didn't realize that, but nothing like that actually goes on in real life. Don't look into it. You guys are crazy.
And then there was the other big thing that we have to get to that, I want to make sure I preference this with people. I want to make sure I thoroughly preference this. I do not hate any group of people more than I dislike black people. Just want to point it out there.
Black women specifically.
You're right. Black men I'm cool with. I love black men, actually. I love me Michael Jordan. I love me.
Oh,
Kobe
we
Bryant.
all
I
know
love-
that. That's a part of the problem. Like that,
Oh, I just want to point this out.
For how much
Also,
talking
another-
about women you do, we know you like the black men more.
Ah, the other thing I'll make sure I say, so because you got to do all these preferences nowadays when you do this kind of thing, because people are so beyond retarded, they just can't comprehend any level of actual conversation. They just jump to the end point of it. So people must keep in mind when it comes to life, just because you do not see something or you are not as accustomed to it, or you just don't live a lifestyle someone else does not mean said thing doesn't happen. I think a lot of people do that, where it's kind of a concept of out of sight, out of mind. So just because you don't see it happening, you just think it doesn't exist. That is a very, very childish mindset to have, because just because you can't see something in front of you does not mean it's going on or it's not going on. But just to deny that it's happening is stupid, right? So basically, long story short, there was a few Twitter accounts that have been very critical of Israel. Let's just say that. And I love Jewish people. I love Ben Shapiro. Tiny's Jewish. I love her too. I love Ben Shapiro's sister because she has some nice big tits. But these Twitter accounts,
you gotta like them.
I'm sorry. Did you say loved as in past tense?
It could go either way. Go both ways, just like my dad. So,
or you.
There was a few Twitter accounts that were basically lost their blue check mark and their monetization on Twitter for being hypercritical of Israel. If you kind of looked at their history, now a lot of people were saying this is basically censorship because Elon Musk was professing when he bought Twitter that he wanted to make sure to stop censorship because Twitter was heavily censored during the 2020 election. We all know this. We know what the FBI was doing with it, and he bought it and he saved it. And I think that was a good idea to buy Twitter and save it because that was a big, thing that helped obviously Trump win the election. But now you have accounts that are basically losing their monetization, losing their blue check mark for being, well, essentially not just critical of Israel, just a blatantly free speech, right? You're allowed to say these things. But now the thing is, someone pointed out, I'm not saying I agree with this. Someone said it's free speech, but you don't get paid speech by it. But essentially you are censoring them, right? Even though if you take someone's blue checkmark away and their monetization, you're censoring them. I don't have to agree with someone to be like, hey, no, you should censor them. It's like that's censorship no matter what. You don't have to agree with them. You don't have to assume what they're saying is true, but just to blatantly be like, yeah, get those guys, censor them, take away their monetization.
I wouldn't call that thing censorship because there's something else that Elon Musk has been talking about, how he's working on a new algorithm that makes it so that the problematic people won't be seen. That's going to be the censorship to that. Like losing your monetization just means that you can't make money on Twitter. Like all the tweets and all the people who have been making those tweets, like they're still getting seen by like millions of people. So they're not being censored, quote unquote, as if we can't see what they're saying anymore. Like I said, he's now going to this right here, this balancing positivity thing that he's working on, where he's going to be like, all the negative people are going to get essentially the platform. Like that's basically old Twitter. So what you're saying is that you're going back to old Twitter. That's to me is the more concerning part of it. The whole I can't make money for talking bad about the Jews, that part I really don't care too much about one way or another. But the whole that we're going to start, popping up people who we think are positive, like that's literally going back to the Jack Dorsey days. So that to me is the more concerning part of this whole story than the other one.
I think we're missing a whole boat here, and at least in the United States, people think that everyone has a right to be heard. No, nobody has a right to be heard. You have a right to free speech, but that doesn't mean somebody has to listen to you. So if I own a platform and I don't like what you're saying, I'm not going to have you on my platform. Go to your own platform. So I got to be with Elon on that one. Say, you know what? If you don't want to have hate speech on on your platform, then don't have it. It's your platform. If you want to if you want to say the hate speech, get your own platform and do it.
Well, no, I will say this though, just
take that bullshit to Pedo Sky or Blue Sky, whatever it's called.
Oh God.
but I will say this though. Now this is where the double-edged sword. I don't disagree with that, but at the same time, Elon Musk is the person who, for the last couple of years, has been beating the drum of free speech.
You're right. You're exactly right.
Everything. Yep. So when you start going back on that, and you can say, well, they're saying the bad things about the Jews in Israel. Yeah, they are saying bad things about the Jews in Israel. But you're the person who campaigned for making the thing all about free speech.
Right. Yep.
So you can't go back on that after you brought all these people in on that very premise.
I agree. He is reneging on what he said. Absolutely, he did. Yeah, I agree with that. He was reneging.
The other thing I wanted to bring up was the line that Andrew brought up, that a lot of people brought up on Twitter as well. Well, then at that point, what constitutes as hate speech, though? Because isn't hate speech just free speech you don't like? Because I might not like what someone's saying, but I wouldn't call that hate speech, though. That's just that person's opinion.
Now,
I'm not saying you're wrong, but
I know a few of the people. I know a few of the people who got, their check marks removed and their monetization removed. Now, if you're going to say that, I'm not, anti-Semitic, I'm just criticizing Israel. Well, there's plenty of people in the world criticizing Israel. I also know that some of those people have gone as far as to call the Jews cancer, say they need to be eradicated. So they're going a step farther than just saying, hey, I'm just criticizing Israel, guys. It's like, you're literally calling for violence against the Jews. And we're seeing that from a lot of those same people. Exactly.
Maybe that should be the parameter. Like, if you're wishing violence against somebody in any way, shape, or form, that's hate speech. And
that's how you draw
anything
a line.
else, and that's the line going. If you're wishing any kind of harm, or if you're just calling someone a cunt, then that's not wishing harm on them. It's just calling them an arbitrary word that if they take it offensive, that's actually their issue. But if you're saying, look, if you see that person in the street, kill them, then that's hate speech.
That's actually inciting violence. That's what they got.
If you're actively promoting freaking genocide, I think there might be a line there.
Dan Bilzerian is like one of these guys who's come up over the last few months. He's gone really hardcore against the Jews over the last several months too. He's gone literally as far as to call them cancer, saying they need to be eradicated. It's like, that's not just free speech. Like, you're saying that we need to wipe out this group of people under guise that if we get rid of them, our lives are going to be better. It's like, that's like they said, Hitler speak, right? That's literally, we called it arms like. And that's not free speech. Like, we have to remember, like, free speech doesn't mean you can say anything. It's like, obviously, I can't make a personal threat against anyone else here, because then I'm going to jail. And I can't be like, oh no, it's not free speech. It's like,
our DMs say otherwise. You were calling me the N-word a few hours ago, honestly.
I mean, that was more than a few hours.
I heard that. I heard that
about my
Monaco
DMs?
coach was eradicating all the Jews out of his football team.
There's also between freedom of speech and freedom of consequences. You're not going to be free from any consequence you're going to have. Yeah. And one of my biggest issue with the Jack Dorsey Twitter, when he was censoring people, it was one-sided censorship. Like, you'll have horrible people on the other side, but they're still free to say whatever they want. Whereas the people on the other side he doesn't like says something horrible, he would ban them outright. Now, I don't necessarily agree with Elon continuing to call Twitter a free speech platform with his current move, but as long as he keeps it fair and equal, like Andrew said, he can do what he wants. It's his platform. It's stupid. I think it's childish, and it's a dangerous game that he's going, and a dangerous slope he's going down. But if he's not going to be, if he's going to be unbiased in his application of the rules, then I say have at it. And like he said, we got this truth out there. There's blue sky. I wouldn't touch blue sky with a 10-foot pole, but you can if you want to. But
I just want to point out the other thing I wanted to talk about when we were having this conversation is the thing that the media basically villainized Trump for, inciting violence. If you are literally calling for people to get attacked, that there has to be a line somewhere there. Come on,
I mean, like, there's people celebrating the Luigi guy that took out the CEO. Like, they're celebrating him like he's a saint.
I remember that. Yeah. Mm-hmm. You can't.
That just baffled me when I heard people defending him. Like, what? It's a human being he shot at point blank range. Really?
Yeah, there's different ways.
It raised awareness.
There's different ways to go after the insurance company.
So here was the update. Elon Musk's X algorithm update, balancing positivity and free speech. Elon Musk announced an update to the X algorithm that aims to penalize negativity while promoting informational and entertaining content. This change is intended to maximize unregretted user time, suggesting a move towards enhancing user satisfaction by filtering out content deemed negative. Users and critics have expressed concerns over what constitutes negativity, fearing it might encroach on free speech or disproportionately affect critical posts. Yeah, because that's the thing is, how is he the arbiter, Elon Musk? How is he the arbiter of what is deemed negative? Because literally, people just deem the news, if it's a negative headline, negative, even though it's just posting the news. Like, how does that work, though? Who gets to be the person that controls all that? Who gets to decide all that? That's where it starts getting to be a slippery slope. Is like, Cyfax could tell me, hey, MSK, I think you're black. And I could be like, man, that's negative. You could tell Andrew that. I think MSK is black. I think that's good. See, who gets to decide if it's good or bad? It's up to the person to decide what is good or bad. That's good Lord, man.
I think it would depend if I was like, hey, you want to come on this channel? There's this black guy. But if I was like, hey, you want to come on this channel? There's this fucking black guy on here. I think that would be a little bit different. Like, it's all in the meaning and the phrasing. Like,
for me, ultimately, it's about, like, we're all adults, right?
Sorry.
Apart from far less, apart from lunatics who have no concept of right and wrong, everybody generally knows what negativity is and what positivity is. You write, and there's AI is good enough these days to write an algorithm to know that too, as good as you can do in regards to ones and zeros. So I think the problem they have is there's still too many people that just cannot fathom right and wrong, and they just want to force their opinion on others rather than we're all having a chat here. We don't care what people say. We're not going to take it personally. We might disagree and we might agree.
I hate all you cloud chasing.
That's not. Yeah, it's an adult conversation. And that's what hopefully that's
all
what
conversations
trying to do with X.
Oh, it's free speech here. I have a black guy here. That constitutes automatically as free speech. You know, back in my day, we would just silence you.
Sure, whatever.
I come on here just so I can use the "I have a black friend" argument, but
don't tell liberals.
Yeah, I'm not racist. I have a black friend.
Yeah. Oh Lord.
I'm on the stream all the time with him. He definitely likes other black people too. I swear.
See all these anti-Semitic people, and you have to be like, "Hey, I don't hate the Jews. I got a Jewish friend." But they can't even get a Jewish friend, so they can't even make that argument. It's like learn to play the game.
When your Jewish friend is just your bank account, that.
Oh my God.
I have a Jewish friend. His name is Wells Fargo.
Yeah, it's like Chase is awesome. It's like what?
Yeah, I met Master of TDS and his wife. What? He's
too.
Jewish. Is she Jewish too?
Super Jewish. They're both super Jewish.
See, I know 2 Jew friends. Okay, I got 2 of them. We're good. See, I'm collecting. I'm collecting like Pokemon badges here.
Master of TDS will not use the internet on a Saturday because I think he's going to get personally smited by God. That's how Jewish he is.
I would say this. He is so very peculiar about getting doxxed that he got doxxed one time. He literally moved an entire house away, entire address. Yeah, he don't like. He's actually a pretty cool guy if you meet him, but he does not like.
It was just next door, but he moved very far.
I met them in Orlando last year, and literally I knew who you guys like. We had talked like for a while before then, but so I saw them, and we hadn't met before. So I walked up to him and his wife, and I said, "I know who you two are." And just like the look on his face, he's like, "Oh God, what's this?" I was like, "No, it's just me. How you doing?"
He looked at you like, "Man, this guy."
You look surprisingly like your avatar.
Yeah, exactly.
It's like that meme in a Family Guy when Peter brought home that black guy and Lois is holding Stewie and Stewie wakes up. He's like, "Hey, are we getting robbed?" Yeah, this is exactly the feeling they had. Oh gosh. But like I want to always show people what to show. Like people can just have conversation and disagree or agree, but that's how it's supposed to be.
Yeah, exactly.
Sometimes supposed to have hard conversation. Like a lot of people go through life and it's like, oh, we gotta not hurt this person. You gotta not offend this person. No, sometimes you need to have hard conversation. Like, why is that a bad thing? To have a tough conversation doesn't have to even be tough. You can just not yell at each other. Literally, you don't have to yell. You're not like 5 years old and you can't control your emotions. I yell at society all the time because he's black. That's just the thing I do.
Yeah, you're gonna give me.
It's like that saying, isn't it?
For like several
whoever
months.
said that saying. Yeah,
gosh,
the person that made that saying about you can please some of the people all the time, all of the people some of the time, but you can't please all of the people all of the time.
It's also
a good philosophy for life. That is.
It's also interesting that Rumble is going to apparently be more free speech than X. But like, I know Air Conda's all into Rumble. I mean, do you guys see Rumble getting bigger in the years to come? Actually.
Oh yeah, well, it's been getting bigger the last few years. I mean, he probably knows better. I'm not on Rumble yet, but I've watched it. I just don't like the way it runs on my phone, so I don't watch it that much.
Yeah, it runs on the phone like crap. Yeah.
Do I see it getting bigger than X? Not for a very long time. The Rumble team is way too small. They one of the things that is really hindering them, in my opinion, is their customer service. I understand part of the reason they need an auto response to respond to people's emails, at least, so because that will get a lot of people to get that warm fuzzy, like, hey, my email got acknowledged. Right now, it seems like it's falling on deaf ears and nobody's responding. I do understand a lot of people spam Rumble support with a lot of bullshit requests they think are issues that really aren't. Usually, 90% of the issues comes down to the user not doing something right. But that's the issue, that they're getting overwhelmed with that stuff, so they can't sift through the email fast enough to get to the people that actually do have legitimate issues. Rumble's marketing has improved greatly, but it's still got a long ways to go before it starts pulling those numbers. They have, I think what their issue was going too hard in the political sphere. I know that sounds ironic because I know that sounds ironic considering that's what is made it big in the first place. But if they focus on politics too much, especially now that this election season over, the average person is starting to back off because they're burned out on politics and they don't want to hear politics all the time. And that's the only thing Rumble's going to push all the time. You're going to start seeing either the playing field level off, or you're going to start seeing numbers dip because people are going to get sick of seeing politics on the front page every time they log in. They want something different every single time. So
yeah, Because man, if people don't know, like I'm someone that went through life basically going like, I know about a lot of politics stuff, at least on the surface level, but I never like dove into, because politics would just make you like hate life, honestly, like makes you fucking depressed and sad. It's like I try to always refrain in my life from actually involving myself in it, but due to how life has been the last 10, 15 years, you can't help but talk about it. It's like ingrained in the culture now at this point. They're even putting in the stuff you like movies and TV. They're just infecting it with all that stuff, and not just like subliminally like it used to be, or you had an actual message where the movie would come together from it. No, they're actually just putting shit there just so you could be like, hey, no, our opposition's right. You need to fucking believe us or you're a bigot. You know, it's a lot different, right?
Yeah.
Because like now you have to kind of navigate conversations like, man, if this person doesn't like Trump and they find out I voted for Trump, they might actually fucking just leave me. Like you'll actually lose friendships if you tell someone you voted for Trump, or vice versa.
I lost a whole bunch of friendships in 2016, and it's like, yeah, adios.
You lost all the blue-haired women, the ones that apparently aren't going to have sex anymore. The 4B movement, yeah, great women were leaving there.
To Mike's message on your YouTube channel about Rumble needed desperately hiring about 100 employees. They have about 100 employees. I know they have increased their employee size since March of 23, because March of 23 is when they only had 100 employees. I don't know what they've increased by, but they have increased it. Do they need more? I don't know. I would have to see. I don't know the numbers. I don't know what they pushed through, but they do need to do something. If they're not going to hire more, they need to change their customer service system in general.
Yep.
That, like I said, is sometimes as simple as an automated response when you submit a trouble ticket is going to give the average person that warm fuzzy that they've been acknowledged, and it's going to resolve a lot of Rumble's issues. But if they just constantly ignore the emails, that's where people are going to start getting pissy. And the issue that's running into, God bless him, Rick responds. I don't know if anybody knows about Rick Rumble on X.
I do.
He replies to a lot of people directly on X, which good on him because he's trying to help and fix their issues. But now everybody's expecting that kind of treatment. And if they don't get that treatment, they start crying favoritism and they start throwing temper tantrums. And so, as much as I love Rick for doing that, it's they're kind of shooting themselves in the foot at the same time, because the only like a small fraction of people are actually getting the support they need. So,
Orbit, I mean, what's his name? Rumble needs some work. So, I mean, if they're going to make a push here in the next few years, they definitely need some kind of plan to figure out exactly where they're going here.
I would say no more bigger streamer contracts outside of the Dr. Disrespect one they just did. Use that to fix their user interface. Like you said, like you just said there, Air Conda, infrastructure. Like you need more people to tackle all these different jobs. You know, all the money they spent on Dr. Disrespect could have literally went to hiring how many people? Could have got a new crop of people.
But you see, you got to properly too. You can't just say use that Dr. Disrespect money to fix your broken fucking website. That's not going to go over very well. So you got to word it right so that they actually hear it and do it. Because if they do it your way, it's never going to get fixed.
They did something this week.
What do you think is broken on Rumble, though? I know the mobile app has its issues, but is there, because you're specifically talking about the website, so I'm just curious.
The website is fine for me. The mobile app is
fine for me as well. Yeah.
Yeah.
As a streamer, it'd also be great if you could, basically schedule streams longer than 24 hours. That would also be a great.
Oh, that's immediate for me. Yeah, because if you do a stream out to YouTube, you can schedule multiple days of streams in advance. Rumble, you can do that through Rumble Studio. I
know this is going to be an answer that a lot of people aren't going to like. It. You can do that in Rumble right now, but you have to be a premium user to do it.
Oh, yeah.
So one of the things they've been doing with premium, the premium users get to beta test a lot of things, and then once they flush it out, they generally release it to public. I don't know if that's going to be something like the
repost thing that was for premium members, and now the reposting is for everyone now.
So I don't know if the schedule streams out by multiple days or multiple streams out will eventually come to regular users, but that tends to be Rumble's thing. Is the premium users get to beta test a bunch of shit until they hopefully got it all flushed out, hashed out, make it look nice and pretty. Because back I've been streaming with them since March of 23. Back then they would just like release features back to back to back, and then it'd just be a broken mess, and everybody's complaining and getting upset, rightfully so. So the Rumble's learned from that, hopefully, and rather releasing it to the general masses immediately, they're doing beta testing, and then they eventually, once they think they've flushed out the majority of the issues, they're releasing it to the general public. So they are learning. They may not be learning as fast as some people would like them to learn, but they are learning from their mistakes. So
the first one coming up, I think the owner talked about was the smaller creator program first and the updated dashboard. I would say the updated dashboard. My dashboard hasn't updated in like months. It's been a long time. I know other people have the same problem too, so I don't know what's been going on with that. But he said that's going to get fixed hopefully very soon in Q1. So I don't know when that's going to be. Is like what? Like that's March is Q1 usually for companies, or it's April. So a smaller creator program, they tried that before. I remember they did, but that had a lot of problems. So hopefully the third time is the charm. They can get it done.
Does anyone here use the Rumble Studios to do their live streaming?
I don't.
I use it for every single one of my streams.
You do?
I do.
Can you broadcast to other platforms with it, like for X and Facebook and stuff?
Mm-hmm. For 2 months, I broadcast every time I went live. I broadcast to Twitch, Kick, X, and YouTube. The only issue with Kick and X, because an example of actually here, maybe I can just show you guys. Might be better.
You couldn't broadcast to Facebook, or you just didn't want to?
You can broadcast to Facebook. I just don't.
Okay.
Me personally.
When Andrew said he broadcasted Facebook, I was like, you old? Who broadcasts Facebook?
Yes, I am old compared to you young kid. What the heck, young whippersnapper?
He's like, what about MySpace?
Go for it.
What was that Periscope back in the day? Periscope?
Oh no. I was like, who broadcasted Facebook? If my family sees these conversations, I'm not lying. They'll hang me at family reunions. I'll be dead. They see me talk about black girls the way I talk about that stream. No, I'll be dead. I'll just be straight up dead. Holy crap. Good Lord. I
use Facebook and a little bit of Instagram and X every so often. That's it. I don't use anything else. Rumble, I try to put stuff on Rumble, but to me it's cumbersome. I can't figure it out yet. I haven't been able to
I just want to point out. Do you guys think this picture right here is a lie? This is catfishing here.
Come on, society. You don't got to lie to kick it, man.
I don't know. All right. So before Air Conda does that, I know society's going to
clearly look like my avatar, obviously, but
I don't know what mine is.
Here was the highest grossing Hollywood films worldwide in 2024. Inside Out 2, number 1. Number 2 was Deadpool and Wolverine. Number 3 was Despicable Me 4. Number 4 was Moana 2. Number 5 is Dune 2. Number 6 is Wicked. Number 7, Godzilla vs. Kong 2. 8, Kung Fu Panda 4. 9 is Venom 3. And 10 is Beetlejuice 2. Look at all these.
I just want to say confidently, I can say, looking at this list, there's not a single good movie in this top 10.
You don't like Deadpool Wolverine?
No.
You don't like it?
No.
I knew you hated fun.
I think it was overtime.
God, good Lord.
Deadpool Wolverine was bringing the MCU back to the days of, oh my God, it's this character. Everyone clap and yell and say, ah.
Are you calling us nerds, sir?
Yes.
Huh.
My first watch through with it was fine. Like I liked it. Of course, I like seeing Blade and characters like that back. I mean, Blade's like one of my favorite characters of all time, one of my favorite movies even. And then like Dune 2, because I've read the books, so I'm like I got to watch it. It was fine, but they messed a lot of that up. There's some cool, like, it's one of those movies, like if you saw it in theater, it was okay, but I can't imagine, like if you're watching it at home, I can't imagine it being very entertaining. And then the one that surprised me, the one that surprised me the most was actually Wicked. I thought I was gonna hate that, and I was like, I didn't hate that movie. So I was like, that surprised me.
Yeah, a lot of people say it's not that bad, honestly, which is good.
The thing is, like, I'm a musician, so I appreciate music, and I was just like, you know, on a different level than some people do or whatever. And I was just like, they had a couple good songs in it. I can't sit there and lie about that. And the acting wasn't bad, but goddamn, those press tours were abysmal.
No, dude, the press tours for the movie are so. I've never seen a press tour as cringe as that one. That one is just gross.
They were awful.
But I would point out here, you know, a lot of people say, I'm tired of sequels, man. I'm so tired of sequels. Nearly every single movie on there is a sequel, if not all of them. all
Dude,
of
the
them are
next like
sequels.
2 years
Yeah.
is like nothing but sequels. It's crazy.
Because people say, well, Hollywood, just stop giving us sequels, man. Every single one of us went and watched something of this year.
Well, it's like,
I've
yeah, stop
watched
going and
sequels.
watching them, and they'll stop. Like,
I've watched
Yeah.
one of those movies this year. That's it. Just one.
You did Deadpool Wolverine?
No.
Which one did you watch?
Beetlejuice.
Godzilla versus Kong. Godzilla
Okay,
versus
I don't
Kong.
lie. I didn't see the second one. I saw the first one. First one is so fun. These are fun movies. Yeah, I like these.
Yeah.
These are fun.
The movies that you turn your brain off, you don't try and think about them too much.
Yeah. If they're not gonna have
you're not
a plot,
you're not
I didn't
expecting a
like
good
that movie.
movie, but just that, you know, they're your class for me. They're your kind of your classic action movies where you're not expecting a frigging Oscar-worthy movie from them. They're supposed to be a little bit ridiculous and a bit unreal.
Seeing that after watching Godzilla -1, you know, because I was like, oh, this is the next Godzilla thing. Just to see like the dichotomy of like Japan Godzilla versus the American one. It's like, God damn, we don't know how to we don't know how to do Godzilla out here for shit.
No.
People
We
look
don't
for
know how to
Hollywood.
tell stories out here for shit.
Yeah,
that too.
because like the average fan, they're like, man, Hollywood needs to make more original movies. The numbers sure say people don't want that shit. Like you know, at the end of the day, I'm not even batting for Hollywood.
It's the only thing to see in the theater, man. It's like, okay, what are we seeing this weekend? Like we got to kill a couple hours. We got to go out on a date, do this, whatever you're doing.
Yeah,
it's like, all right, let's check what's on the list. Oh, the third one of this. All right, fine, fuck it, let's go. You know, like Inside Out 2 is like a lot of people like the first one, so that one it's understandable. Just because like it's like at least they brought us a decent family movie, you know, because they really need to bring back good family movies. But yeah, the rest of
shit
it
down.
is crap.
You know what's crazy? The Moana 2, this one right here did better than the first one. The first one only did like, well, it's pretty decent, 600 million. The sequel,
From what I've heard, a lot of people don't even like Moana 2. What it is because it's like the most streamed thing on Disney. So that means that, you know, there's just parents throwing it on in the background over and over and over again, you know, just for their kids to just listen to
Is
their
that
songs.
the one where The Rock is in? The Rock is in it?
Yep.
Moana?
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah. Make a live action version too.
Come on, Disney, make more content than Raise My Children, because that worked out for us.
I want to also point out what The Rock, man, Hollywood loves that guy so much. So the week that Moana 2 dropped, the week before, or 2 weeks before, sorry, Red 1 dropped, and that completely bombed. They're like, you know what? You got Moana 2. We know Red 1's going to be a flop. It's like, oh my God, come on, man. Holy shit. Venom 3, Sony, stop making these. Please stop. Like, I'll literally give up my left nut.
Dear
Stop
Sony,
making these.
never stop. Go full P. Diddy. Can't stop, won't stop. Take it.
Dude, I'm excited for Craven 2. I don't know what you're talking about, man.
I'm good. I'm done. I'm actually done. Kill me now. Fucking hell.
That thing was god awful, man.
So this is I won't spend too much time in this. This is my Rumble studio. One of the things I like the most about, for me personally, especially since Rumble's actual analytics page lacks a lot of the analytics as regular creators tend to use, at least me personally. I'm not very mathematical, not very smart. But after each stream, you can pull things up for each platform you stream to. Now, X is available, but the issue, X tracks its analytics completely different than any other streaming platform. Actually, I can't stand X analytics, so it doesn't translate over to Rumble very well. If we pull up, like, so you can get Twitch. Now, Kick, I don't know what's going on with Kick. You can still stream to Kick from Rumble Studios, but the chat will not show up in Rumble Studios because something, Kick is doing something to prevent Rumble to communicate completely for whatever reason. But if you have Rumble Studios, you're going to have like, and you're streaming, you'll have like something over here, and you can see the chat from Rumble, for YouTube, and Twitch. You won't see the chat to X, but that doesn't matter because most X streams like limit who can chat. But to set up, if you want to add like all your destinations, like here's all my destinations. I got Rumble, YouTube, Twitch, X, and Kick. Kick had to be custom because Kick doesn't have its own interface.
Okay.
Yeah. So you can just do add destination. There's your Facebook right there. You have locals, or you can do a custom one. And as long as you have this information to put in, you can stream to any platform you want.
Now, have you used StreamYard at all in the past?
I have not.
Okay. So I wonder how this compares to StreamYard. All right.
The only complaint I have with Rumble Studios, when it comes to StreamYards is like, you see how Master Swag's layout looks right now. You guys got a nice even sized windows all on the left side, and you can see my screen. Rumble's like will have your webcams randomly blocking the screen you're sharing. So that needs to be fixed for sure. And I don't think there's a way to do custom names. Like we all have our names underneath our webcam. So that's one thing Rumble Studios doesn't miss.
What's the highest resolution? Because I know people were talking about the resolution.
I think it's definitely a 1080. I think they got it up to 4K and they bumped it up to 60 frames per second.
Okay.
So they have increased that. Another downside is because you can stream to as many platforms as you want for free, but you'll have the Rumble Studio watermark in the upper right corner or upper left corner all the time, unless you're a premium user, which is what I am. So I don't have to worry about the watermark. That's the only. Well, the other benefit is like you set up your streams through here, and you can either use a preset template or just skip over. So like we'll just say I'm getting ready to set one up, and it's just like that.
Do you stream through just Rumble itself, or do you do like StreamYards into Rumble and then through there, or like OBS and all that?
I do.
Or is it just through Rumble?
When I'm doing my Let's Grab a Beer, it's just through Rumble. When I do my gaming streams, it's through OBS. And the reason why I do that, it multi-streaming through my computer. If I use like the OBS has that plugin that lets you like multi-stream, it's like a system hog for me anyway. Maybe I'm just an idiot and not doing it right, but it strains my computer, and I generally can't do it. OBS will crash on me like multiple times. But so you do what's called the RMTP option. I'll set up a fake stream real quick just to show you what I'm talking about. It's gonna be easier. So you pick your channel. Like I have 3 channels, and that's my user account. We'll say this is gonna be. We'll put on my Aircon, my podcast channel, and you tab all the platforms you want to go to. You don't have to do all of them. You can pick the ones you want to do. Select your category. I think podcasts, and you can do it through the. Oops, didn't want to do that. And this is the. Ensure you have the best quality of your stream is you do source pass through. It just means nobody's gonna be able to rewind your. If you do this though, nobody's gonna be able to rewind your streams, and but it will also encourage your chat to be more on time with what's happening in your stream. So like you don't have to worry about somebody asking you a question for something you did 10 minutes ago in the stream. It'll be more up to date if you use this option. But again, nobody's gonna be able to rewind your stream while you're live. They'll have to wait till you're done, and you'll plug in all your information in here, click next. And then you will, for how I do the OBS option, I'll do the auto up here. This is blocking. Oh, there it is. Then you click the manage participants down here, go to ingress. If you're using OBS, I recommend doing the WHIP option. If you're using Streamlabs OBS, you're stuck with RMTP because Streamlabs does not allow this option for some reason.
What if you're not using any of them, either of them? Just a Rumble Studio. That's it.
Just Rumble Studios. You can do that. You're supposed to be able to set up. I haven't messed with this at all. You're supposed to do your themes and stuff through here. So I haven't messed with this at all. You can add your media. You can put text overlays. We'll see. You can video, image, sound. So it should be able, it's not as flawless as OBS for what I understand for people that mess with this stuff, but it gives you the option to do all your stuff directly through this.
Okay.
And then even while you're live, it gives you the option to do this where you can invite people to your stream. Like if they have a webcam, their webcam will pop up over whatever you're showing. But again, like I said, unlike StreamYards, unless it's fixed, I haven't done it in a long time. So I know they did an update recently, so maybe they've corrected it. But whenever you share a screen, StreamYards pushes everybody to the left and has a nice, neat window, and everybody's looking uniform and square. Right. Whereas Rumble will push everybody down the bottom, and their webcams will look the same size, but they'll be covering like the bottom half of or the right side of whatever you're trying to share. So that's something again, they might have fixed that. I haven't done that in a while. I'm not sure. And this is also where you can do like ad read campaigns if you're into that. They don't really have a whole lot to offer. It's mainly Rumble products, but if you don't mind shilling for Rumble and getting yourself some cash, you can do that. But and then up here will be your view count. So you have your total view count, Rumble view count, YouTube view count, Twitch. And even though X is showing, X will never show you view count because of how they track their analytics. Because people scrolling through your page will come across your stream and that will count as a view. And Studios doesn't know how to translate that to this. And
so
then kick.
Do people actually stay and watch on X because it's more of a scrolling platform? Do people stay and watch?
I've had a few people, but a lot of people don't like to use it because X tends to restrict who can chat. You can change the settings to allow everybody, but even then it still restricts. Now that now that Elon's getting more into that censorship stuff, and he's trying to make more people verified users. So basically 99% of the time when you're live on X, if you're not a verified user, you're not going to be able to have people will not be able to chat if they're not verified. So I don't usually see a lot of people. Usually people use what I've noticed.
Also, the reason why they won't is because X's live chat is terrible.
It's trash.
Yeah.
Now, what I do notice is people will see the live stream on X and then come over to their preferred platform to watch. Yeah. You're like, oh, he's live.
I will say that X's notifications work better than any platform. Their notifications are great. All right.
With StreamYard, it's hard to do comments with X. I mean, with Rumble and with Facebook. It's a pain in the ass to do comments. You have to go back and forth to those platforms and look because they don't always show up. And if you respond, you have to go back to the other platform and respond to them.
Oh, I forgot that he already closed it, but that same site, yeah. So this is the chat. Again, Rumble, YouTube, and Twitch will all show up in this chat, and they'll have the website's icon next to the name. You can also, I mean, it's not going to let me do it right now until I go live, but
right,
we'll go ahead and go live. It doesn't matter. I'll delete it.
Just say the N word like 4 times. You're good.
Get banned. Who bans me the fastest?
So on Rumble, you'd be fine, but YouTube,
everywhere,
you're gone.
Rumble, you'll be fine, but then Rumble will be the only place you'll be allowed to stream. In
the what are you, fresh? Oh gosh.
So you can respond private. I don't know what that means, or you can set it to all. So when I type in a message. See, there's a message. There's myself on Twitch. Yep. There's myself on Rumble. There's myself on YouTube.
So you just type this message into Rumble and it come up on all the platform. Okay.
Yeah, and then everybody else's messages. And then when people rant and donate or subscribe or follow to any of these, like any platform, it'll say the person's name just now and followed to this or subscribed to YouTube or followed here. So it will pop up. It won't give you like a big loud notification, but there'll be a message that will pop up saying just. And then for rants, I don't know if I'm not qualified for monetization on YouTube, and I left the affiliate program from Twitch. So I don't know how donations work for other platforms, if they will show up here, but Rumbles will show up here. I guess they're going to allow private messaging eventually by the looks of it. That's why there's that private.
All the girls are going to be in the flood of my DMs. Thank you, Rumble.
Yeah, there you go.
Or might be Indian sex bots. I don't know.
Dude, I don't think your couch can DM you.
But again, like I said, if you're not a premium user, you got to remember the Rumble Studio logo is going to be right up in here. But that's the only thing that and the ability to schedule out your streams more than 24 hours.
Okay.
And then one of my favorite things, because I know a lot of people complain about uploads not doing well on Rumble, which is, it's getting better, but it's not great. One of the ways I circumvent that, I do a premiere, and you can premiere it to every platform. And for Twitch and Kick and X, it acts like a live stream. For YouTube, it acts like a live stream. For Rumble, it's a premiere, and it also acts like a live stream. So people can chat while they're watching. They can rant to you while they're watching. They can subscribe to you while they're watching. And you can interact with your chat. And when it ends, it's just like an upload. It's on your platform like you uploaded it, but it's a recording and you weren't actually there chatting with people.
You should just send this tutorial to Rumble and have them promote you, man.
Exactly.
I do have a tutorial actually.
Good Lord,
I'll show that in the chat.
So is your Rumble handle Air
Conda?
Air Conda, is that your Rumble handle?
You can look it up that way. You probably find it as Air Conda TV, Air Conda TV Gaming. There's gonna be 2 of them. This is another complaint I have Rumble. I didn't know there was a difference between a user account and a channel.
Yeah.
So when I set up, I did Aircon TV Gaming, and then I realized that was my user account, and I was like, well, I don't want my podcast and my hobby stuff on my gaming channel. So I made it Aircon TV Gaming. Aircon TV is the podcast, and Aircon TV Hobbies. Yeah. So if you do Aircon TV Gaming and do the profile picture that doesn't have the American flag in the background, if you subscribe or follow to that, whatever you call it, you'll be notified no matter what channel I go live on. As opposed, if you follow a specific channel, you're only going to be notified when I'm live on that channel.
I went to Conda TV and I just followed you over there.
Thank you.
I appreciate it. Thank you very much.
I remember I was making a play. I didn't know the user profile thing.
I want to be a guest sometime.
Yeah. I don't schedule those, but I'll grab like your socials after this, and then
absolutely.
You guys going on a date or something? The heck?
Absolutely, we are. What's it to you?
What the heck? Dude's hooking up.
Hey, don't ask, don't tell, there, buddy.
He's just jealous, man.
Dang it!
There can only be one bisexual hosting this show, and it's not you guys.
Oh God, man!
But I do have if you guys are interested, I'm going to put it in the private chat here. But I do have a video to like a tutorial on how I did all this, as well as like links to other creators to check out who have some pretty fantastic tutorials on Rumble. Rumble's not perfect. I understand people's frustrations. I'm not one of those Rumble Nazis that you better stream to Rumble and Rumble alone. I highly encourage, especially if you're trying to make it
takeover thing. Anytime Rumble on the Twitter account is like, hey, we're gonna just throw a birthday party. Rumble, what are you talking? Weirdos, literal, just crazy cult weirdos, man. I'm like, calm down. It's okay.
I'm guilty of doing the Rumble takeover hashtag, but that's more more for grabbing attention than anything.
The stream quality just went way up.
Wow, came back to hearing that. God. Of course, it was the white man putting the black man down. See, CNN was right about
every single time.
Not just you. Society's fine.
What the hell? Crazy. No, I did the same thing with my user profile and my channel name. I was gonna call myself Master Bader King, but then I was like, you know what? That joke is probably not gonna like hit every single time you tell to someone. So I call myself Master Vader, and I was like, crap. So I used the channel instead of my user profile. That I just look at it like a Google account and then having a YouTube channel. Like it's two separate ones. I don't know why people were confused about that. Like your Google account is not your YouTube channel. It's two different things essentially. But people have short-term memory. Let's just say
that's one of my favorite things about Rumble too. Hopefully they'll let me change my user account someday, because I'll change it to like the Aircon TV network. That way it makes sense. But because if you go to my user account, you can hide your user account, by the way. If you guys don't like to do what I'm doing, or you messed up on your user account and you don't want people to find that, you can set that to unsearchable so people can't find it. And then you can make your channel and make that the public thing for what you stream or upload to. But if they change it, I'm going to change mine to Aircon TV network. But the reason why I like keeping mine public, because it's like my landing page. You go to my Aircon TV account, you get to see all three channels and all the content I uploaded to all across all three channels. So for people that like everything I do, which is not many, but there are some, they'll be able to just go to the account and see everything.
So under your account, you can have like,
what's that?
Like, my Rumble account is like Soul Energy Traveler, which is an old version. And now I don't want it to be that. I want it to be obviously the Roy B. Man of Merlin stuff. So does that mean I can create a channel in the account that's called Roy?
Yeah. So essentially, that user profile, don't put content on your user profile. You make a channel and you put it all on that. Yeah,
perfect.
And you can make your channel or your account unsearchable, so people can't find your account anymore. They'll just be looking for your channel. And if they type in your account, this is something that's getting better, but it's not great. But if they type in your account and your account's unsearchable, it would more than often than not pull up your channel to show them. Yeah. So if somebody knows you by your own name and they try to search you and you made it private, it should pull up your channel. It's not perfect, but it's getting better.
Yeah. Because I was on Rumble ages ago and I had it set up so that every time I uploaded to YouTube, it automatically uploaded it to Rumble.
Yeah,
which was really handy because they've stopped doing. I wonder why my last video was a dolphin one. See, we have nice creatures in Australia. It's just dolphins, It's like,
I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah.
If you posted videos of you like in the water, those videos get so much views. Like people like looking at sharks and shit like that. All those do so well. If you just get in the water and talk to a dolphin, that'll probably be like 1 million views.
Well, my best video, it's got 6,500 views, was of just the blue soldier crabs. So you can walk along a beach in Australia, and it's just like they're just all around your feet. It's just surrounding them. You just all disappear, and then you all disappear in the sand. And there's literally probably tens and thousands of them in this small, because they're only about that big. But they're
I've
blue.
only seen
It's
blue
almost the same colour as
crabs
your
in
shirt,
Honduras,
Andrew.
and they were
They're
cool.
called blue soldier crabs. They're about this big, but yeah, and then you just hear this, and then they all just disappear. It's freaking bizarre, but yeah, and that's been my biggest view, and that was about a minute long, if not even that. I don't think.
God,
My most
Michael,
viewed
what's
video
up,
on
man?
my most viewed video on YouTube is me going after Oni-san a long time ago. That's been my most.
He's still alive.
I was calling out his claims about his military service and how he was full of shit, and that somehow that got a lot of attention. So,
What was he? One of those like reserves guys who said he was in combat. Turns out he never actually fought ever.
no, he tried to play the victim for being kicked out of the military when he actually was a complete piece of shit. And then he tried to type out like, I had high performance reports. Well, the time he served is the same time I entered. Actually, we entered about the same time. And back then, they were giving everybody the high score you can get is a 5. They were giving everybody's 5s. You could be the biggest piece of shit, and you still got a performance report of 5. So he's like, look at all my reports, they're 5s. I was like, that doesn't mean shit. That just means your supervisor didn't want to have to do the paperwork for giving you a bad report. So he just gave you a 5, so you didn't have to do any more paperwork. So it was, that was like, and there was something else he was talking about too. I think he was talking about, he says, I even earned the good conduct medal. Well, if you stay in for 3 years and you don't get yourself in trouble, everybody gets the good conduct medal. It's like a
participation trophy.
Yeah, it's a participation trophy. As long as you don't get in trouble, you're getting that medal. He goes, look, I got a medal. I was like, you're a joke, dude.
When I was in the armed forces, I was at British Royal Navy, and we went down. I was sailing with one of the massive American carriers just shortly after the Gulf War in 1991, and some of the stuff that you got medals for, like we had a visitor on our ship, and he came down, he got these 3 medals, and we was going, what are they for? And he says, part of my ship broke down, I got a medal for that. I went, I've literally done that 3 times today. If they give me a medal for every time my part of ship broke down and I fixed it, I wouldn't be able to wear them all. I fix it 3 times a day. Our ship's old, it just breaks all. It's just part of our fucking job. What do we get a medal for it for? Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
But the thing is, after the 3rd visitor they sent to our ship, because there's a rule on British ships that a guest down the mess, whoever's in the mess at the time, they have to give them a beer, because we don't have dry ships. The Americans are dry ships. So every time one of the American Navy personnel came on our ship, they went back absolutely utterly pissed. They stopped sending them out.
Your ship had beer on it, and you're wondering why it's breaking down all the time.
Well, here's the thing, right? There's a place called the Seamen's Mission in Dubai. And we've been there for 2 weeks, and after the first week, it said most beer cans drunk, and it was said the American carrier's name. I think it was the USS Lincoln. I can't remember anyway. 30 odd years ago now, and it was 5,000 cans in a week, and they've got a crew of 5,000. And then the second week, it was most cans drunk by HMS Birmingham, and it was 6,000 cans. We have a crew of 250 people. Because we kind of took that and going, oh, good. Oh, there's a race on. Is there? I can see we drink the most beer in a week. So yeah,
you say that.
Is your boat just like Elon Musk yacht or something? How small is that boat?
Oh god, the thing is, compared to the American Cap, we could sail under the overhang that the planes took off from, and it's just they're gigantic.
They're massive,
enormous things.
They're floating cities, yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. They couldn't even they can't even dock where the big oil tankers dock. They had to sit just offshore and have and build a purpose-built area on the harbour itself. So yeah, whereas we just docked alongside and walked on and off our ship. We didn't have to catch a ship we didn't have to catch a ship to get to our ship.
Yeah.
Here's
the same thing when I was deployed to Iraq. we were dry. My base was dry, but the Australians that were out there, they were allowed to have beer. And it pissed off a lot of the Americans because they'll see the Aussies having a beer while they're grilling some food on some makeshift barbecue. And then all the Americans, we got all duels. That's like the closest thing we can get to alcohol while we're out there. So,
yeah, because it is part of British Navy tradition to have like.
That's where you hope
in the
the
beginning
placebo effect actually works.
It was the tot of rum to keep that actually helped to keep like infection and stuff like that. That's why they gave them the tot of rum back in the day, and because we was marauding around the West Indies where it was very easily made, and then it stayed. So now you get 3 beers a day.
Wow!
But if you don't drink them, you can't carry them on. Like it's like it's like no, if you didn't drink them today, tough crap.
Them on.
Well, yeah, no. If you drank them, you can drink them. But like, say, if because they get issued per day, and someone does the issuing per day. So if you didn't have any yesterday, you don't get.
Women like a man in uniform. So if I wore a army outfit, would I get more women?
You'd probably get beaten by somebody saying stolen valor, but yeah, you could have fun with that.
MSK just rolls in his like junior ROTC outfit and try to get women at a bar.
My camo Walmart vest is my camo Walmart vest is rocking right now. But
if you wore a scout outfit, you'd probably attract men rather than women. But
I could be attracting a lot of seamen. Yeah, no.
Oh, jeez.
I need a lot of women.
He's like one of those guys who tells you about all the time that he served, in war, and you go to find out, you were in Korea the whole time. It's like, yeah, but it's technically wartime. So, there's a conflict there. It's like, okay, whatever, buddy.
They forgot the Korea
served at the Dunkin' Donuts where all the soldiers picked up their coffee. Like,
I was a chef.
Yeah.
My dad actually served
chefs are highly respected on ships and stuff, man. The people love those guys.
Yeah, they have to be like
my grandpa was one of those, and when I heard that, I was like, oh, that's a weird thing, but it's like everybody just had high respect for him because it's like you keep your people well fed, they respect that a lot.
Speaking of that, my cousin and I have a lot of relatives in Italy, and when back in the day when you were 19, you had to serve a year in the Italian military, and so my cousin was a chef. So I asked him, so how did you get to be a chef? He said, well, the first day there, we all lined up and the drill sergeants or whatever, the head guys asked if anybody can cook and no one stepped up. And they asked me, he said, do you cook at all? He says, well, I fix my dog meals every night for my dogs. He says, good enough. You're going to be our chef for the next year. So he was the chef for the next year because he could cook for his dog. I guess I thought that was funny. No one else does. I thought it was funny.
That kind of adds up, but it's almost sad. It's like, damn, what are you feeding us out here?
I thought everybody in the Italian army could fucking cook. though. It's Italy. Jeez.
It's true. No, the women can cook. Not all the guys can cook. The women can cook. Not all the guys.
Yeah, the men can complain about the cooking to all hell and back, but
no, I don't think you'd ever dare complain about an Italian woman's cooking. I mean, that's a fate worse than death, isn't it?
Mm-hmm. I
tell you what, MSK, you're a young kid.
Jesus.
Learn to cook. Us older guys will tell you, you want to get chicks, learn to cook.
Learn to cook.
Oh, yeah.
Learn to cook. I'm telling you.
No more microwave food.
No. Learn to cook some basic dishes. You'll get the chicks.
Cooking is so fucking. If you can tell the time and read, you can cook.
Read? Black people? Nah, you already got me out. Black people can't read.
I mean, MSK can pour a mean bowl of cereal. That's as far as he goes.
I have cooked soup before. It's not that hard. You open it, put it in a pot.
Hey, MSK, you're the type of person who will set a bowl of cereal on fire. Like, stop lying.
I did burn minute rice. That depressed me. I don't know how I did it.
Did you forget to put water in it?
I think I did. Yeah. I legit think I did. Good Lord, man!
Just put dry rice in the microwave. It's like, what's that
you're saying though? I'm bringing.
I put it on a metal plate, and then I put the rice in there, and I don't know what happened. I don't know how this could go wrong.
Hey, girls are always like, I'm a catch because I'm this, that, and the third. It's like I'm the guy. I'm bringing the house, the money, the food. What are you bringing? Your mouth? You better make me a sandwich. What else you better you doing? You ain't doing nothing else. I built the nest here. I'm the nest builder.
Dude, let me tell you, I was on a date once, and a girl invited me over. I told her I could cook. She goes, well, you can cook for me. Invited me over to her house. I was just boiling water for pasta. And I asked her, you doing okay? You need anything? She says, I got a glass of wine. I got a guy cooking in my kitchen. I'm good to go. I turned off the stove. We started making out, and the rest is history.
Oh,
so that's all you need to do, my friend.
MSK, you have
That's
to physically own a bed to call yourself a nest earner.
I own a bed. It's in here somewhere. You guys can't see. Also, do you have a video of that, Andrew? So I can see your
No, I do
strokes?
not. Sorry, but
This guy's the kind of guy who's like, my
You have
couch
video
pulls out, but
evidence
I
of your
don't.
bed?
I do. We were making out on the couch, and I took her top off, and it was feeling her breasts. And I said, "Man, these breasts are fantastic." She goes, "They better be. They cost me enough." I'm like, okay.
Yeah,
I
I have.
So how
I
long
used to
ago
have
was that?
experiences like
Like
that.
how long till she sent you the Polaroids in the mail?
That was 15
like,
years
of her
ago, my
breasts?
friend. 15 years ago.
15 years ago. Holy crap. Yeah, back in the day, I dibbled
Oh,
and
you're
dabbled
still pulling.
in
Good job.
women before, you know. The one night stand
So-
things, you know, I've been inside of women before. It's not that hard. You just got to put your thing in their thing. It's
Oh,
pretty easy.
Jesus.
Is the thing the credit card so you pay for it? Is that the thing you're talking
Hey,
about?
that's what it takes. It's what it takes. Whatever. Sometimes that is cheaper.
I'm just saying, like,
Oh, it's
sex
way
isn't
cheaper
that
than a
hard.
date.
All you do is
Way
thrust.
cheaper than a date
Thrusting can be
nowadays.
pretty hard if you're not like ready for it. But I'm just saying, you just got to use your tongue and rub clits, and you're good. You'll start having them squirt everywhere.
Yeah, you're like
Learn where the
pound and a
button
half
is.
super strokes. It's just like
I got like a good 2 minutes in me, maybe 50 seconds, maybe 30 seconds, but I'll make it
the
last.
Joker lasted like literally 6 seconds. It was like yeah.
You were counting? Oh my god!
That, huh?
I had a stopwatch because I had to make sure just exactly how long it lasted.
She was moaning as if like he had been inside her for like a good 10 minutes. Man lasted like less than I do, like 10 seconds. Like, how do you get? And then she said she was pregnant. Like, how do you get pregnant in 10 seconds? That never happened.
That's
No
a
way.
Reddit. That's a Reddit question. If I ever heard one in my life, if he lasts less than 6 seconds, is that technically rape?
Oh god! How does a woman get pregnant in less than 6 seconds? That's not a thing. That never happened.
MSK saw that scene and he was like, "Dude, I've seen The Killing Joke. I've read the book."
No. Actually, no, we're not going down that road. MSK, only you can't read. That doesn't mean all black people can't read. Oh wait, you're not black. Yeah, you're right. I'm white. Yeah.
That goes back to like that whole the liberals want racism to exist, so they force it to exist. Like they keep saying voter ID is a racist system. Why we can't do voter IDs? So you're saying all black people don't have IDs? They're like, so
Yeah, that's actually
being
arguments
racist?
they have. If you watch like Charlie Kirk or Officer Tatum videos, the kids will be like, "Yeah, but black people can't afford IDs. IDs cost less than $40.
Dude,
How do you not have
that-
$40?
Free. in
That
a lot
video
places.
of-
They're free.
that video of that lady, she's either like a governor or some shit, where she's just like, "Yeah, black people don't even know how computers work," and I was just like,
Oh,
"This
that was
is a real."
something.
Okay, yeah, I was like, "This is a
The
real
actual
person
governor
who's in
said that
charge
black
of like a
kids can't
city."
use a computer. That's
Yes.
actual
So-
things that they said, and these people are telling you they're not racist. This, like, the lack of self-awareness is just outstanding. It's crazy. Holy
My
crap,
favorite-
man.
My favorite is Biden's what is it? What white poor kids are just as good smart
Yeah.
as white kids.
Yeah.
It's like great, Biden. You
It was
you
like-
let that slip. Good job.
What was it? He said poor, like he said white kids can't be poor or some shit like that. Oh my god, it was so funny. I was like, what in the fucking hell is wrong with this guy? I agreed with him with one of them. He said he didn't want his
Was
kids
it
going to a racial jungle.
Shabba-dabba-dabba-dabba?
No, it's the one where he said he didn't want his kids going to a racial jungle. To be fair, if you send your white kids to a black school, they might start doing crack. That's just pointing out there. I don't disagree that a parent should be kind of conscious about where
Well,
they send their kids
Because
to.
the white kids are the capitalists; they know who to sell to. I mean,
Like I was pointing out, a parent being concerned to send their kids to a bad school, that's not bad. It just came off so racist that he didn't want to send his white kids to a school that had black people in it. It's like, okay, holy crap. Remember he was on a senator call where the senator called black people inferior. I was like, man, I can only get so hard.
was
That
it
might
Al
be my dad.
Sharpton? No.
No. And also, don't tell liberals that the KKK was funded by the Democratic Party. Don't tell them that. Don't tell them that. Their brains will
Wasn't
explode.
Biden like good friends with one of the grandmasters, or he had him at his inauguration or something? I
Oh
can't remember.
no!
Yep.
Oh
Yep.
no! Yeah, I remember that. Yep. And the same guy endorsed Kamala Harris, but they're not racist, guys. They're not racist at all. You know?
No.
Reminds
not
me of-
even a little
reminds
bit.
me-
That was
Didn't it just
Robert
happen
Byrd.
last year with
Robert
Ken-
KKK Berg. Yeah.
Didn't that just happen with like Canada last year, where they accidentally like awarded that like Nazi guy?
Oh yeah.
medal?
Oh my god!
Accidentally.
Accidentally, yeah.
They like
Hershey-
celebrated him.
Remember that Hershey? It was like 2023 on National Women's Day. Hershey accidentally gave the National Women's Day award to a troon, a fucking trans woman. Are you serious?
Yeah.
Oh my god!
The irony is, Woman of the Year was a man.
No,
I mean, yeah.
remember Caitlyn Jenner got it too. Remember Caitlyn Jenner won like Woman of the Year.
That's still one of my favorite jokes on like on X or memes, where it's just like, dude, even men are better at being women. It's like, it's just like,
the gayest
goddamn,
one had
dude.
to have been Jaguar. That was the
So
gayest
bad.
ad I ever seen in my life. Oh my god! And the dude dressed like he was a flaming homosexual, like one of those "I'm gonna go tango" kind of ones. Oh my god, man!
You look like the living embodiment of monkeypox.
Okay. Jesus Christ! He was like, Jaguar is gonna be more inclusive and diverse than ever before. You sell cars.
Are they the one that did the car commercial without a car in it?
Yes, yes.
It's like, what are you even selling here?
What are you
One guy
selling?
had a perfect response to that whole thing. He said, "There's like 3 white blood cells in this whole picture."
Jaguar needs to go back to what they're good at, selling it to the slightly above middle class white man, because he's the only guy that buys it. Stop, you know, if you're trying to kill the
talking about
company,
being
I
inclusive.
don't
do
think
what you
I've
did.
ever met
for
anybody that
diversity.
owns a Jaguar.
Like, yeah, like
Yeah,
you're
it's
talking about
fine.
being inclusive and diverse. Motherfucker, you make cars. All people care about are cars that it runs.
Our target
That's it.
demographic is the wealthy man who watches RuPaul's Drag Race. That's our target demographic.
Oh,
Their
man.
demographic is like
those
Jeremy
12
Clarkson.
people are
Sell
gonna,
to
those
him.
12 people are gonna rock those Jaguars though. All 12 of them, they're gonna love them.
Someone's gonna slay bitch queen.
Good lord, man. Oh, remember the article that it was like a few years ago? Straight black men are the new straight white men, or some shit like that.
Yeah.
Oh my god, that one blew my brain. Who
Dude,
wrote
I haven't heard about that one. I didn't see that
My
one.
favorite article was the LA Times one when they were talking about Larry Elder. He's the black man of white supremacy. I was like, yeah, blackface, yeah, blackface of white supremacy. It's like, Jesus Christ, dude.
Oh my god, man.
It's something you would see on one of those joke sites, but it's like, no, this is real. This
How would you
actually
say for Democrats,
exists.
don't ever stop being who you are. It's so funny that they actually don't think they're racist and their self-awareness is so to the floor. No, don't ever stop. I need this comedy in my life.
The lunatics are running the asylum.
Whichever one of these huge studios finally like grows some balls and does a comedy about what's been happening for the last like 10 years, they're gonna make all the money. That comedy is just gonna sweep, man. Just go for it.
2022. Remember Bros came out? Bros was the romantic gay comedy, and then the week after it bombed, the main actor came out was like, "You guys didn't watch it because you're homophobic."
He's like, "Yeah,
you're right. You're right.
Delusion.
It's like, why would I, a straight black guy, take my girlfriend out to see a movie about 2 dudes fucking? Like, no, I would not do that. Like, no.
You know what I want to go see on a Friday night? I want to go see a movie about the sad, depressed 45-year-old gay man having sex with a bunch of people in New York City for 2 hours. That's what I want to go check out.
Yeah, gay butt sex for 2 hours. No, I can just watch that at home. I can just watch Michelle Obama fuck her husband.
You can watch that at home. I don't know. I don't want the channels you're
He
watching.
can watch it at home just because he has a mirror, you know. He has a perfect fucking line of sight.
I don't know what you subscribe to, but I don't want to know.
Friday night.
Speaking of all the army guys, I know you two were in the army. I love when Kamala Harris was like, "We have no active duty anywhere in the world." Remember, she said that she has no active duty soldiers in the world. The guy posted a TikTok video. He's like, "What are we?"
Who the fuck are we?
To be fair, when you flush the toilet, you no longer have active duty. So there you go.
Oh, boo, boo.
Boo. Oh God. I love the one where she was like, she just shitted on Christians. The guy was like, "God is king," and she was like, "Yeah, you take that down to the other rally."
You're at the wrong rally.
Oh
You're at the wrong rally.
Like, weren't you in the South? Like, where was she? Wasn't she in like a pretty like, I don't know, Christian area? It's like, dude.
When you compare what she did when there was controversial stuff versus what Trump did, controversial stuff, no comparison. So, for instance, when Biden called the supporters garbage,
Oh my
Trump
god!
showed up with a garbage truck.
That was actually pretty funny.
That was great. When
hilarious.
somebody said something about Christians with Kamala, says that's the other rally down the street. That was horrible. I mean, come on now. What the heck?
Oh god,
there was no comparison on the quality of marketing and thinking on your feet. There's no comparison whatsoever.
All right.
My favorite thing is they fact check Trump and says Trump does not actually own a garbage truck. Are you like, are you kidding me, you morons? Of course he doesn't own a garbage truck.
Barack Obama basically just told the whole world that Donald Trump is small in the pants. With the size of Michelle's cock, everyone's looks small.
Hey, all of us are smaller than Big Mike. There's no shame in that.
God,
that's why they call him Big Mike.
And her traps are his traps are bigger than mine. That's for sure. I mean, I've been working on them, but goddamn, that's a big dude. Woman, vice president. I don't know. First day.
First baby. Is there a baby? Is that a thing?
Oh,
what?
God, man.
First gay president. Obama.
First gay president? Probably Obama. Yeah.
I mean, just imagine on his deathbed when he's like, "Yeah, that's all real," and just gone. Like,
I love how Obama sitting there in front of the black guys. He's like, "You guys just don't want to vote for Kamala because you don't want to see a woman as a president." And you know what else, Brock? Neither does anybody else because both women presidents lost. Fucking idiot! What a dumb fuck. But he's so stupid. People don't actually know this is actually a thing you can actually look at. It's statistically proven. Trump has the highest percentage with the black voter, not women, not black men. He has the highest percentage with black men voters and Latino men, or any Republican ever.
I mean,
ever.
you can actually like this would be a true statement. Like Trump has now officially beaten 2 women live in front of the world. So,
crazy fun fact: he's only ever beaten women in presidential elections. He's never actually beaten a man in an election. So he's got to run a third time against AOC. Imagine 3 knockouts of 3 women in a row.
God.
Oh
what
no!
A horrid person
if they put up
she is.
AOC, just forfeit the entire election. She's trash. She's actually retarded.
He's worse than Kamala.
She's the only bartender I think I would have to explain how to make a Jack and Coke to. Like, so that's the only one.
She's dumbass.
You got her tips for dancing on the
and I
bar,
would still
not
just get a
making
glass
drink.
of ice. It would be a disaster.
Oh God! Oh God!
I like watching her get shot down in the Senate. It's fucking funny.
Oh,
Like, there's another
hilarious.
statement she's come out.
Oh,
with.
what is it?
Someone make this their profile picture, please. Gosh. Oh my goodness, dude. What was the one where she didn't have she couldn't cite the Pledge of Allegiance? Oh, I found it. Holy shit. She doesn't know the Pledge of Allegiance. Oh, we have to watch this epic L. Oh Lord.
Join me in pledging allegiance to our flag. Pledge allegiance to the United States of America.
Holy shit! That was gonna be our president. Holy shit!
It's like one of the first things you learn in kindergarten, man. Like,
holy shit, kill me now. So stupid.
Well, maybe if she was actually in this country when she was in kindergarten, she would have known the Pledge of Allegiance. So no.
Oh no, I love the one where Trump
be a requirement.
Remember the one where Trump was getting interviewed? He was getting interviewed by like the one lady, and he was like, "I love how she's pretending to be black now."
Yeah. Dude, there's so many people on like either Instagram or TikTok, whatever it is, that just make fun of her, and they're like, "Dude, I really wish you would have went in front of like an Asian crowd and just watched her Asian accent come out."
Did you
want? Is an alcoholic. That's just a rumor started by her bartender. What has been? Oh shit! Oh my god! Unburdened. What in the world? Holy crap!
By what might have been.
Open borders, weak military, runaway national debt, cultural warfare, destruction of liberties, mass inflation, terrible economy, unaffordable housing, global conflict. The Harris record. Types of headaches: migraine, tension, sinus, stress. Listening to Kamala. Oh God. Well. Hasn't this been a night? Chilling with the boys, talking about how horrible our was not going to be president. Actually, holy crap! What other movies and TV shows you guys are looking forward to seeing this year besides Superman? I think everyone's gonna watch Superman. I'm pretty sure.
Superman's a TV show?
It's
I
gonna
knew
be a
about the movie. Yeah.
We're all gonna watch
I
that
knew about the
movie.
movie.
I'll tell you what, I've been watching a lot of older stuff. I'm in the middle of a White Collar right now. Have you guys ever seen White Collar?
No, I
No.
Oh, fantastic series. I'd watch that and Suits. Fantastic series. If you guys haven't watched them, I would highly suggest both of them.
I did watch Wallace and Gromit last night, which is fucking brilliant.
Which one?
Wallace and Gromit. It's stop motion plasticine stuff. It's Nick. A guy called Nick Park created it years back. Was the originals, and then he's just recently brought out another one. The best one is called The Wrong Trousers. Just look it up. They're about 45 minutes long, and they're G-rated, but the humor of it is like you've just got to look at the little things that happen in the background, and it's kind of like Simpsons humor in a way at times, where they set the joke up and then make it look obvious, but do it in such a way that you don't see it coming. But yeah,
man, you know what's crazy? You do all the streaming and podcasting stuff. It's so hard to kind of watch TV shows. I think TV shows are worse to watch when you're doing this because TV shows you have to sit down and actively dedicate to watch the episodes. Movies is just like a 1-2 time thing. You just go there and watch.
I've seen all those that you guys were just talking about. Suits, White Collar was really good, and the Wallace and Gromit stuff. He's also correct. Those are really good. They're fun little
Wallace and
stop motion. Yeah, Wallace and Gromit. Just like a farmer-looking dude and his dog.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're pretty good.
Because he's an inventor and makes up all these crazy inventions, and Gromit's the dog that doesn't talk, but he's got all these facial expressions, and
it's all like claymation or claymation stop motion type of thing. So they're pretty good.
Yeah, I'll tell people this. Always watch the movies and shows and form your own opinion. We live in such hive mind in the world now on like both sides, or even if you're in the middle. Watch stuff and form your own opinion, and even if you find yourself in a massive line of disagreement, have conversation. That's what makes this stuff fun. Obviously, I know Air Conda loves The Last Jedi. He's a huge Disney Star Wars fan, and we always going to shit on him for that.
Oh, I actually had a migraine when I went to go see Force Awakens. Like I sat down, started watching, and I just felt my head hurt. And at first I thought maybe I was sick, but now that I'm thinking back on it and reflecting on those movies, I think the movie just made me have the migraine.
It's crazy watching it. People said it wasn't as bad. That movie's not good. They try to escape. They try to kind of, I would say, not shit on it as hard because it's not as bad as the other two. But that movie sucks. It's not. It's really just not good. It's that might be one of the most forgettable movies I've seen in a long time. I watched it and I was like, all right. Never watching this ever again. Like
which movie was that?
I remember things in it, but it's because there's things in it that I hated so much that I can't unsee. Like you can't unsee Han Solo dying. You're just like, son of a bitch. This fucking happened.
A trained Sith Lord lost to a black guy. I was like, that's crazy. This guy never picked up a lightsaber, and this trained Sith Lord lost to him. Holy crap! What are we doing here with this? They refer to like Luke and his friends as like legends or whatever. And it's like, is there another way you couldn't refer to them? And apparently this legend Luke Skywalker is just not here. It's like, oh man, that Force Awakens movie is so boring. It's just, I couldn't watch it again. It's so forgettable. I probably would hate it if I watched it again. I only watched it once. Last Jedi I've seen twice. Because I was like, you know what? Maybe I was wrong. Maybe I didn't give it a good chance. No, it's just a steaming pile of shit. It's terrible.
Yeah, I've only seen like 20 minutes of it recently, and it was just because when I was at my barber, it was just on a TV in the background, like where I was looking, and I was like, "Oh, this is like the worst haircut I've had in a while."
I only watched it because I had a date that night, and I got a free ticket. Only reason why I ever watched a Star Wars movie, because Star Wars was growing up, it was always for nerds and losers.
Prove it. What was his name?
No. I was a girl. God, she had a pretty nice ass too. Man, we should have had sex that night. But I was tired. My back was hurting. And after watching Last Jedi,
name was Dan.
What Dan? Felipe from the Philippines.
He was Filipino.
Good gosh, man. And then just looking back, I was like, man, the prequel movies, I'll say this though. The prequel movies are bad Star Wars movies that love Star Wars. The Disney Star Wars movies are just bad Star Wars movies and they hate Star Wars. That's how the best way I've been able to kind of rationalize it in my head. It's also the 20-year anniversary for Revenge of the Sith. Happened a few days ago, right? I think actually.
Revenge of the
years.
Sith. Oh God, that was horrible. God, that was horrible.
Years since that movie anniversary. You know what's one I couldn't stand? Attack of the Clones. Boring pile of shit. I will never watch it ever again.
That one I really
anything with Jar Jar Binks in it. He's like the worst movie characters in history for me. Jar Jar Binks.
Oh God, it's so cringe.
Oh God, I think Jared Leto's Joker's another one. Fuck me.
Dude, Jar Jar Binks, it's weird because it's like, how is this Star Wars? But there's an obvious kryptonite here. This is just awful. Like, it's just killing me to watch this shit.
Even
I think those movies should have been the indication that CGI is going to like destroy everything in Hollywood.
Probably. Yeah.
I mean, so I like the Lord of the Rings movies. The Hobbit, one thing I can't get over the Hobbit is the amount of CGI they used in those movies.
A lot of CGI,
absolutely trash. When he did practical, now it's not Peter Jackson's fault because somebody else did it and he got fired and Peter Jackson just came in and took over.
Mm-hmm.
But when Peter Jackson's like, you could tell Peter Jackson loved the movie, but the time and the effort, they built everything by hand. They did miniatures. They actually had the people in the costumes. They made the weapons. They made the armor by hand. But then here comes dipshit to make more money for a cash grab and does everything CGI. And I wanted to love it. I couldn't. There's just so much CGI and it just ruined everything for me.
Every time I've tried to watch the Hobbit trilogy or whatever, man, I've just fallen asleep every single time. They're so fucking boring. And I rewatch Lord of the Rings, the extended editions, at least once, if not twice a year. Like when I got like a 3-day weekend coming up.
Yeah,
one each day. If not, I'll burn through them all in one day. I'll be like, oh, I got up at 8 today. I guess by 9 o'clock tonight, I will have seen all the Lord of the Rings again. Yeah, I fucking love those movies.
I've got War of the Rohirrim on my list to watch, which is that cartoon.
Oh,
that's just come out.
The animated one that came out.
Good luck.
Crazy. It bombed so hard it just left the theaters in a week. Yeah, it bombed so hard.
Have you seen the original Lord of the Rings cartoon? It never got finished.
No, I haven't.
Made around the 1980s. That was
there's that old
first Lord of the Rings. Yeah,
there's that old
one. It's like what am I thinking of? Why can't I think of the name right now? It's like supposed to be before The Hobbit.
Yeah,
I can't remember what. Yeah,
the Silmarillion, which is the
Silmarillion.
One after, the Silmarillion. That was
that's the book. Yeah,
that's the book. No, there was actually a Lord of the Rings cartoon that covered all three in one movie, but it never got finished, and that was made around 1980, around that time. Which is
I've not
anime. Yeah.
Good Lord. One movie I know I'll never rewatch again is The Flash. I hate that fucking movie.
God.
I'll never rewatch that in my life. That movie's shite. Literal shit.
That was so hard to follow. It sucked.
You know what's crazy? One of the dumbest things in that movie, so everyone knows Barry Allen's origin. Like, he gets hit by the lightning with the whole, like, lab and shit. How does this guy know what's going to happen to him and then still fall for it to lose his powers? So he conveniently had to lose them again. What fucking movie are we watching here? What a dumb piece of shit. Then this guy knows how to beat Zod, and then they apparently can go back in time to redo the moment so it doesn't happen again, so Batman doesn't die. And then they screw up 50 times. How do you screw up 50 times knowing exactly what's going to happen? What movie are we watching? This is trash.
I mean, to be fair, have you played Elden Ring and just lost to the same boss like 80 times in a row? You're like, I know his moveset, but he just keeps stomping my face in.
Yeah, it's crazy. Now
that actually might be the most believable thing. It's like, shit.
It's crazy now with Star Wars.
I forgot he actually brings a left hook right here. God damn it!
But it's the Flash, not Elden. He's not playing Elden Ring,
Because with the media now with Star Wars, even they're starting to shit on them. Like, because Star Wars now, all they can do is just announce something. It never comes true. And then people are just like, well, why did you announce it? Happens with a lot of things. Happened with many things. At least from that investor day. Remember it was the lockdown? We had that investor day where they announced all these shows and shit. And like most of them never came out. They had that trailer for the Patty Jenkins Air Squadron movie or whatever. That never happened.
15 different Star Wars projects have been announced in theory, like out there.
And it's
like none of them are. They're not set to do anything. Like it'll be apparently, like, oh, this guy has a trilogy. This guy has a trilogy. Yeah. There's like 4
the
different
Lando one that was supposed to happen never happened.
None of them are on the board right now.
Apparently, they don't know what to do. There's like a Hollywood Reporter article that had some inside information. It was like apparently they don't know what to do. They don't know how to basically make characters like the original ones to get people invested. And it's like, Why did you kill them off? They killed them all off. Well, Carrie Fisher, obviously, she died herself. So that's you. She literally died.
Yeah.
So that's fair. That's a fair one. But why did you kill, like, and to be fair, what's the guy's name? Harrison Ford. He doesn't even like doing Star Wars. So they killed him off. Why did you kill off Luke then?
He only came back because he was like, if I come back, you have to kill me. Because he was like, I'm not doing any more of this shit.
Please kill me. Please end it.
At this point,
yeah, he read the script. He's like, "Oh, can I die twice? Can you?"
You gotta pay me $100 gazillion first, though. Yeah.
They literally have to recast. Like, they have to recast. You can't have the universe without Han, Luke, and Leia. I'm sorry, Rey, Finn, and Poe are just ghetto versions of them that are just worse in every single regard possible. They're not cutting it. The DEI hires ain't doing it. Like, how do you cast Oscar Isaac and make him useless? He was useless in all the movies. Actually, just nothing. Just meh. Completely just a garbage character.
Was he the blind guy?
He was the Hispanic.
Who was the blind guy?
Oh, the Asian dude?
I don't know.
What's the dude's name? He's in all those karate. Donnie Yen, is that his name?
Yeah, Donnie Yen. Yeah.
The
you ever seen Donnie Yen movies? That guy's freaking that guy's quick as fuck, man. Like, his action movies are pretty good. Yeah, Ip Man. Yeah, he's awesome in those.
All right,
those are a lot of fun.
Ip Man.
IP. It's like IP Man, but IP, and then man.
Wow, I've never heard of that.
Oscar Whitaker.
There's like 4 of them, I believe. I think there's about 4.
Yeah,
of them.
Ip Man 4.
They're all
Yeah.
good.
All right. We're gonna wrap it up here in a little bit. We're getting to that time. I gotta end the show on Saturday because I have stuff I gotta do still. I'm behind.
You got a hot date?
No, I got a date with my computer and my hands.
Yeah.
Pamela Anderson.
You're bragging about that. There you go.
I got a lot of videos I still got to put out. I dropped. Okay, so everyone knows I'm putting out more consistent content in a short time frame. That's my goal for 2025. I dropped 3 videos for my comic channel update and a review and a haul, and then I dropped 3 videos for this channel. So yeah, I'm gonna keep the gravy train going. But that requires me obviously streaming for a certain amount of time, getting off and going out to clip the content to put it out. So I gotta go get some stuff done. So we'll start with outros here. We'll start with Society Gets to Be Last, He's Black. Merlin. Start with you. You got anything planned coming up? You want to chill and let the audience know you're working on, or you just got nothing planned going on right now?
Well, that course I mentioned about last week is actually out now, up and running, about activating your intuition. So that's available for purchase. It's been released for the general public, it's an online course, so you can just do it at your own pace if you want to be a bit more insightful this year. That's it.
Is it on a website? What's the website, man? Or is it?
You can find it through my website, which is iammerlin.org.
You got that name? Really?
Yeah.
Just wow. Shit.
Yeah. Very, very blessed. iammerlin.org.
That's what Eric needs. I told Eric, fucking make a wizard. Wizard characters are so cool. I love wizard characters. I think they're so fascinating.
He has a couple magic users in his stuff.
Lord, man. I want the magic that Gal Gadot had in Wonder Woman 2 where she graped the guy unconsciously. Why would someone ever write
you're talking about the magic of her acting when she's like, Khalil, no.
Like, I'm saying, if a man was in Patty Jenkins' position and she wrote that, and a guy wrote that for a movie, they'd be in jail. A lady wrote, a woman graped a guy for someone's soul that wasn't her body. And everyone was like, oh, okay. If that was the guy, you'd be in jail.
Tell me people read it and they're like, oh, I don't see anything wrong with this. It's like, yeah, because you're in Hollywood. Like,
don't worry, officer, my dead wife's soul was in that person's body. It's okay.
Oh, God. And then at the end of the movie, he was trying to date her and like, oh no, this is just terrible. The person raped you and now you're trying to, oh no, this is P. Diddy all over again. All right. Oh God. Eric Conda, what you got planned coming up you would like to let the audience know about?
Oh, I'm still working on Project Orion. It's my mobile observatory. I take my astrophotography work on the road. I'm in the city, so taking pictures of the night sky isn't the greatest thing in the world because there's a lot of city lights and that ruins a lot of things. My goal is to have that done before September of this year, because I want to take that setup out to the dark side. The Perseids meteor shower should be taking place in September. It's the biggest one of every year. and it's like up to 100 meters per hour. And I want to live stream that and see how many meters we can catch on stream for everybody to watch and see if we can count them together. Maybe if I got free time, make it a drinking game. Maybe that might be a deadly drinking game.
Like one shot of meteor sounds pretty rough if it's 100 an hour.
Yeah. It might be a very long or short night, depending how you look at it. The last thing I got, or the one thing I really want to promote now is for my wife specifically. She's trying to get back into her music, her love of music. She started her own channels on Rumble and YouTube. I don't remember what the YouTube channel's name, because YouTube made me change the name like 3 times.
What a great husband. I'm kidding.
Yeah. Well, the sad thing is I made the channels, so that's what makes it worse.
Of course you have. That's men. We make everything. I know. You never tell me you made them. I know you did.
It was my idea, but so it's
of course it was. I can't let it so hard. Keep going, man. I love when men do stuff to me. Wait, that sounds kind of gay.
No, there's a shocker.
Really gay.
There's a shocker.
Lord,
the most accurate thing you've said all night.
Her YouTube channels L&C Records. The is because I couldn't do music. Apparently, there's L&C Music everywhere, and then on Rumble it's L&C Music. They're not a record company, but that's the only thing I can come up on YouTube because I guess L&C Music is working or already taken. So basically, she's gonna be doing covers of songs from all genres, all years. Her friend, who's very talented with instruments and mixing music, he's gonna record and edit all the music, and I do my low budget music videos for her so she can post her work on YouTube, because it brought a lot of happiness to her. So I'm trying to keep that going for her. So those are the 2 projects I'm working on right now.
Right on.
All right, our resident DEI hire black man I have to have here, so we're not considered racist society. What you got planned coming up?
So we do our normal thing now. So go watch our best of stream earlier tonight. Tomorrow night on the Bible Lens, we're gonna have Tiny on. She's gonna be on for the next couple of weeks talking about the Jews, Judaism, biblical prophecy, and a whole bunch of other stuff going on.
Did I give her permission to be on this show?
No,
I paid her good money.
I said that she's on my show now, so you deal with it. Tuesday we got the bar room, so we got more stuff coming up. I'll be working on the movie house show in the course of the next few weeks too. So that's everything I got going on here. And since I got to roll out, I'm just gonna sit here and give you guys a great little joke here. What is 6 feet dashing and dis?
God. Of course, the black man's always leaving. They don't stay with their kids. God, man. All right,
society, you forgot your child behind. MSK, go with him. No.
Oh gosh.
All right,
guys. Nice.
Andrew, what you got planned coming up, man?
Well, if you guys didn't know, I have a site called topfitnessstrategies.com, and I also have a podcast, the same name, and also on YouTube. Fitness over 50, feel better, look better, gain some confidence. All about the common sense type stuff. I have something new coming out soon. It'll be released probably within the next 2 weeks, and it's going to help everybody do whatever. I also do a live stream called Popcorn and Whiskey. It's right there, and I love to talk to anybody. I just come on here and do like we did tonight, just hang out and drink when I do it. So
does your fitness program allow me to eat popcorn and whiskey and drink?
Absolutely. Hey, I do it. Why not? Hey, what the heck? I tell everybody, if you want to show off your body on stage, I'm probably not the guy you want to listen to. As simple as that. So
every time I do one squat, I can drink a sip of whiskey and I'll be good.
Amen, brother.
As I'm doing
Absolutely.
it.
And also, if you want to learn how to make whiskey, I'm your man. Do it as well.
Oh, okay.
I want to see that stream. I'm down for that.
We can talk about that. So whoever was talking about the Air Conda, I think you're the one that talked about the drinking beer and everything else. We need to hook up, my friend. I would love to be on your stream sometime. So we will.
Next time I'll probably be doing one of the next couple of weekends, and I'll let you know.
I didn't give you permission for that. Did I say you could have Air Conda on your show? I get to have him. He's mine on Saturday. What the hell?
Stop scalping talent.
He's like poaching talent right in front of me. Oh my god.
Hey, that's the way of the internet, my friend. That's the way of the internet.
What was that saying when you guys growing up?
On to bigger and better things, man.
That's right. All's fair in love and war. That's right. That's right.
That one works too. Moving on to bigger
fitness strategies. Find me anywhere, or Andrew Polleto. Find me anywhere. There you go. All right, I'm done.
Awesome. Side facts. What you got planned coming up beside banging black Shaniquas that have no hair?
I mean, it pays the bills, but no, I'm going to be doing some reviews on some anime content. Like I'm going to be doing Kaiju #8. I just rewatched it, so I'm going to be probably working on that video tonight. And tomorrow I'll be on DA's stream. It's called DA's Office. See if you guys know him, Derek Anderson. It's a really good stream. We have a lot of fun, talk about, the topics of the week, and then whatever's news coming out. Usually he's more on top of that stuff. And then, I'm just going to be working on trying to do more content more regularly, trying to expand from reviews, because I was just doing this because for one, it's just a fun extra time killer. And then I've been invited to streams and doing all this other stuff, and it's been a lot of fun. So now I'm like, all right, this year, let me put in a little bit more effort, because it's like, I got over 100 subs in a couple months. And I'm like, well, it's clearly working, whatever I'm doing. So let's put a little bit more effort into it, see if I can get monetized by the end of the year. That'd be fantastic. Or, the sooner the better. But I'm just going with the flow of that at the moment. So that's about it right now, because this month looks pretty bleak as far as movies go. But the next couple months after that, there's going to be a bunch of Marvel stuff coming out. Obviously, we got Superman in 5 months, but there's a bunch of stuff in between from there. There's a bunch of Marvel stuff, and
your content's going to be January, nothing released till July. You're going to be dry.
Just dry. Yeah. Don't watch me for 6 months, and I'm coming back Superman real hard.
You're like, where's my views at? You left them, like my dad. You never leave your subs, man.
But
crazy?
That's about it, though.
Yeah,
and then obviously on your shows on Monday, Wednesday, Saturdays. Well, apparently, maybe sometimes on this show.
Gosh, man. No, I tell people this. A lot of people go, hey, my followers or subscriber counts are low. Keep in mind, there's someone, Ice-T said this in a podcast one time. There's always someone doing better than you. There's always someone doing worse than you. Just keep that in mind. Just always try to improve. It's really all you can do,
Yeah, once I realized that Mr. Beast has 350 million or whatever it is, I was like, I got no shot. Clearly, I'm never going to be doing that well. And that's the standard now, right? 400 million. If you're not doing that, you're failing. So just give up.
Just completely give up. Don't even try it anymore. Holy
400. That's what I'm wanting to hit.
I tell people this. As long as you're gaining
400
subs,
subscribers, that'd be great.
Are you guys? That's rookie numbers. Get the fuck out of here. Good Lord.
Yeah. No, by the end of the year, I'm hoping.
We're not all studs like you there, MSK. That's for sure.
Well, to be fair, I try to put out quality content. No, I don't. I put out smut shit, honestly.
See, the problem with MSK is he bought a love sofa, and now he just calls it his wife, and he just makes it make sense.
The only thing I always tell people that have obviously less followers and subs than I do, you just have to be. I'm even doing this too. I lost this myself. I lost my consistency factor that got me to where I was. You just have to be consistent. I'm not even saying upload every single day. Maybe you can only upload twice a week because you have a live schedule. Then keep that. Just as long as you are consistent, it'll happen. I promise.
That's bullshit. I'm telling you right now, bullshit. After 600 plus videos once a week, that's bullshit.
Oh no! Now, okay, 600 videos and what span of time from throw out one video a month? Because that is
one video a minimum, one video a week. That's bullshit.
I only got 30 videos, so I need to up those numbers. That or
those
I'm just
rookie numbers. Holy crap!
Been doing it 2.5 months. That's not bad for doing weekly reviews.
Oh God!
I'm part of the platform I'm part of where I co-host in the Men's Health Room. I think that's got an article going out in the New York Post in the next week, I think.
Awesome.
Get ready to be called a misogynist.
Merlin, you and I need to talk sometime, buddy. We need to hook up sometime. I got your website.
Yeah.
What is this? All right, side facts can go to. Yeah. He's taking he's taking everyone.
Hey, I'm into fitness. I'm down. I got a gym set right downstairs right now. I'll
there you go. All right. I'm fitness for the old guys. MSK wouldn't fit in with what I do.
Yeah, I'm an old guy too, so I can do fitness.
36. I'm on the wrong side of 30. I'm on the wrong side of 30 this year.
Women love the older guys now. If you're older, you got a big dick, it can work. That's how it works now.
Doesn't matter if you got a big dick or small dick.
That's why I'm married.
That's what the smaller dick guys say. Oh, size doesn't matter. Only smaller guys say that. Just pointing it out.
You're right. We do.
Yeah, but we also don't have to
I've
sit
never
there
said
and
it.
boast like we're getting some when we're not. You know,
Hey, my couch
Uh,
satisfies me every night. I'm good. I can lay on her and leave her after I'm done. Okay, that sounds bad. That out of context is terrible. I'll be just canceled. Holy shit.
the candle you lit on it earlier, make sure it's not burning it down because you're gonna have no love life after that. Like,
Oh, shit, man. All right. So as everyone knows from me, my only goal for this year really is just being consistent. Like I told you guys earlier a second ago, consistent content, shorter time frame. Starting this Monday coming up, I want people to know this. When we do shows, we're going to do videos on these shows too. So when I have the group of people for Monday and Wednesday, I'll have to see how it's going to work for Saturday. So basically, long story short, do a stream, topics, a video each one. That way I can just clip them out and upload them for video. So I don't get behind this year on news like I did last year. You know, we're going to do it for obviously Mondays and Wednesday, probably Saturday still, as I like just to chill them because I'm just so tired after work. Usually I just won't have the energy for it, but I want to make sure I'm putting out more content. So I know I want to get that stuff done on stream. So if we're on the stream, you guys are obviously are on the weekdays outside of side facts, so it won't matter to you, but we're on stream. I want to make sure we're getting stuff done on these days so I can use this as content to put out there. And yes, I will leave your links in the description box below. I love my clout chasing fucks. You know, I love you guys so much.
Hey, dude, anytime you need it, I'd love to come on if I can. If I'm available, I'd love to come on. Just let me know. I'm good.
Anytime, man.
Appreciate
what else?
It. Thank you.
What else do I have? Just working on getting out the rest of the content that we already did, which is great. I just have to go find it in all our fucking sea of shit we've been doing here. Putting out the Iron Man podcast episodes left over, and then I'll just upload these to the podcast platform. But yeah, starting off this year strong. That's good. Just keep in mind, you're gonna get sad and depressed at some point as guys. But you know how you get out of that as guys? You fucking work. Fuck being sad and fuck doing all that stuff. Just work. That's how you not be sad. You're like, oh, my wife left me. I had girlfriend. Fuck off. Just work. God damn. Shut the hell up and work.
Oh, these kids. I love these kids.
Yeah. I'm just saying.
It's okay to be sad at a short period, but don't choose to stay to be sad. That's the difference.
That's the thing.
Yeah.
It's okay to, maybe you have a loved one that passed away. It's okay to grieve. That's fine. But, you want to make sure that person's memory stays alive. You keep pushing forward. Life, like one of you guys told me this when we had a one-on-one, everyone's got a sob story. We're not trying to hear it every day. No. You can vent. Venting is fine, but just, keep pushing forward. It's all you can do. The moment you give up in life at anything is the moment your mind just starts fucking, going to hell. Or you're gonna be P. Diddy, which you don't want to be that. So unless you want to be P. Diddy and going to hell, you won't be doing that. What else do I have? I don't have a wife, so I can't bang her tonight. So what else do I got? Tomorrow we have some one-on-ones, and just look forward to content throughout the weeks. So see you guys later. Thank you guys for checking out this episode of the MSK Show. We'll see you guys later. Have a